coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from the Palatial Studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
And it's top of the morning and a happy Wednesday to you and yours.
Why exactly are you here?
Because I get a paycheck to be here. That's why.
I've never heard you talk like that before.
Well, you never will again.
You're the most famous person in the world?
Well, that's what everybody else says. I don't seem to think so. It's 6:07 this morning, Mr. Clock. Would you please certify the time?
It's now 6:07 a.m.
It is officially now 6:07 a.m. Welcome to the Hump Day edition of the program.
Hump
Bonnie,
Day.
good morning to you, young lady.
Good morning to you, Sir Evan.
How are you, young lady?
I can't really complain this morning.
That's right. And of course, Phil is joining us as our guest co-host this morning.
Good morning, and I can't wait to get my hair done by my hot Telemundo babe
Oh, God,
hairdresser.
here he goes,
Yes.
starting. Oh,
Yes.
Nobody cares about if she's a hot Telemundo babe as long as she's
I'm
got.
sure she really appreciates you saying that.
Well, as long as she has a scissor and she cuts your hair and does a good job, that's all that matters.
You should have let me know that you needed a haircut. I would have brought the lawnmower in.
Yeah. Thank you, Bonnie. The
Bring the
John
man-
Deere.
Bring the manscaping.
The John Deere. The John Deere. Yes, the John Deere would.
the lawnmower.
Yes,
The
just
weed
completely
whacker.
shave his entire dew that's up there.
And I'll look like you.
Yes, then you'll look like me. Exactly.
We'll get the self-propelled, and I won't even have to steer through it.
Oh my gosh, the self-propelled is a good one. I like that.
And by the way, today's energy drink is Swirly Pop. Bang,
Oh, swirly pop.
Bang, Swirly Pop. That's
Oh,
right.
That looks
Okay.
really good. It looks like it has a grape flavor, perhaps.
It actually does taste like a Swirly Pop.
Better than some of the grape cans we had when we were growing up, like the Grafs. Do you
Yes.
remember the Graf soda pop?
No, we didn't have that down here.
Okay, so maybe it's a northern Wisconsin or a
It's gotta
Midwest
be.
thing.
It has to be.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was one of our main flavors was Graf's root beer, and
Graf's root beer.
grape soda.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bonnie, I have a suggestion for you.
Uh-oh.
Very creative suggestion. I just learned this and figured this out 5 minutes ago. Never drink a can of Coke before you go on the air.
Really?
I
You
have
just did
got
that?
so much gas
Yeah.
up in here, not down here, but up in here. Let me, I don't want the
The
listeners
attic,
to
not the
think.
basement.
Yeah, the attic. I have so much gas in the attic right now.
A bad
that
acid reflux.
Like I
is
am
what you're
silent
having?
belching every fifth word.
Wow.
You don't hear it though. Yeah. Honestly.
Does it feel like somebody's like burning a
See
cigarette
there, it
on
just
your
there was another one that
esophagus?
just came up.
Yeah.
It's like because of all the carbonation, it's how when you drink carbonation, it causes you to belch.
Yeah.
Well, I'm silent belching. I've done 9 of them already in 3 minutes.
Sweet.
Thanks for being silent about it, at least.
Well, you
or
don't want
bringing
me-
your mouth away from the
Yeah,
microphone.
well, you
when
don't
you
want
do
that
It.
happening on the radio.
Yeah.
No, not
That's-
at all.
We
That-
want
that's
some
for sure.
proper etiquette around
Yes,
here.
I need to have proper etiquette, otherwise Bonnie will whack me upside the
No, I
head.
don't.
She'll
do
take that weed whacker that she wants to use on my hair and
Yes.
use it against you.
slap me upside the head.
Yeah,
so
right.
we have an action-packed show today for you. Coming up a little bit later on this morning, we have Taryn Krista, the Martin County Administrator, is going to be here. We'll catch up with her and get an update on all things pertaining to Martin County. And of course, Randy Siegel's going to be here. I'm sure he'll be talking about that launch that happened yesterday. And I was actually yesterday. As we know, there's no spring training right now at the stadium because of the strike that's going on with the ball players, and they've canceled. Major League Baseball has canceled the first 2 home series. So what do? To get my fill of baseball? Well, I do high school baseball.
Yeah, how did that go
That
yesterday?
was so much fun.
Did our
Wow.
Centennial school win?
Yes,
yesterday too?
Centennial beat John Carroll, the John Carroll Rams. They
But
beat them
now-
7-3, I think.
John Carroll is also in Port St. Lucie, right?
They're up in Fort Pierce.
Or they're okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be rooting for both teams.
Yeah.
If you live in St. Lucie County,
So I have to stay neutral because I'm the PA announcer.
you do kind of.
Yeah, I have to
have to do that.
stay neutral, even though I'm a little partial to Centennial because my my friends are the manager and the coaches and things like
Well,
that.
we live a little bit closer to them
Yeah.
too.
So it was a good time, you know. It was good to actually announce a baseball game and call the players and, you know, all that other good fun stuff. And it was, you know, it gave a Major League Baseball feel to it because they'd never really had anything like that before.
Did you pronounce all the players' names accurately?
Yep, I
So
sure
you
did.
didn't get
I
any
did.
angry folks.
I-
See, I would have a problem with that.
I
Mom and
sat
Dad.
can't
with
do that.
I
yeah.
sat with all the coaches,
Yeah.
and they went down the list, and I phonetically wrote them out the way they needed to be said.
They weren't running up
So-
saying, "Hey, that's
Nope.
Jose, not Jose."
Nope, not one got not one complaint.
Jose.
Got not one complaint yesterday. And then at the end of the game, the ball players were very gracious, and they came up and they shook hands, they fist bumped, and they says, "Wow, thank you so much for doing this for us. It really made us feel good." And it was really cool because the way we did it is because it was their opening day, we did what's called a call to the line. And that's where we introduce the teams. And after you say each kid's name, they run out to either, if they're the visiting team, they're on the third base side, they run out to the line and they line up down the line. So we called the visiting team out first, the non-starters, then we did the starting lineup, then we called the managers and the coaches. And then you know, I got on the mic and I says, "Now for your Centennial Eagles home team." And I announced the non-starters, the starting lineup, the coaches, and the manager, and they all came out. And then when that was done, we had the presentation of the colors by the JROTC from Centennial High School.
Oh boy.
They were all dressed up and they presented the colors. It was literally like it was an opening day
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
Clover Park.
Colorful. Did they have cheerleaders out there?
No,
Do
no,
baseball players
no.
have any
Usually baseball
cheerleaders?
games
That's
don't have
football.
The
cheerleaders.
No.
pep rally in the
Nope.
stands?
No,
or-
no, the baseball players date the cheerleaders, but they don't have the cheerleaders
Right,
there.
exactly. Don't take the
That's
cheerleaders.
basically what it is.
Exactly. So we did the presentation of the colors,
Mhm.
and then we played the national anthem. And of all the national anthems that could have been played yesterday, we played my favorite one and
Uh-oh.
the head coach's
Yeah.
favorite one, the one done by Whitney Houston from the Super Bowl.
Oh, no. Okay. The actual
one
by her.
done.
Oh,
Yes,
that's-
from the Super Bowl. We
Did-
played that yesterday.
Did you get a young sweetheart to get out and lip sync the thing?
Oh no. Oh no. That wasn't happening.
No.
Putting on the hits
But
right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
I'm sure people were
Yeah.
singing along. I mean,
Oh yeah,
you know,
definitely,
Whitney,
definitely.
You know,
So we played the national anthem, and then after the anthem, I get on the mic and I said, "Please remain standing until the colors are retired," which is, you know, respect for until the colors have marched off the field. So once that's done, I said, "How about a nice round of applause once again for the JROTC from Centennial High School?" Applause, and then the principal threw out the first pitch.
Did he?
Oh,
That's
wow.
where it all
That's
went
kinda
wrong.
cool.
Oh,
That's
really?
where it all went wrong.
Let me guess, that ball went sideways.
Oh no.
No?
I mean, she had great form.
yeah.
I got to give her a lot of credit.
Yeah.
She had great form. You know, she I mean, it looked like she had played ball before. She had
Like
she
she
had
had
a nice
been practicing
she had a
before
nice
that.
she had a nice windup, but the ball just didn't make it to home plate.
It didn't. Oh, not
It was
quite.
in the dirt.
Didn't they?
How
they,
embarrassing.
did they push her up a little bit? Like
No.
push her up a little bit further
Nope.
toward the home plate?
No, she went on the mound. She
The
did the
back-
whole windup, you know,
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards, and she threw that ball and it landed about 15 feet in front of, and
Oh.
it bounced, it went to the catcher. Now it was straight down the middle, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't over the plate.
So now all the kids, all this week, they have something to.
Oh, they're gonna bust her
to-
chops.
yeah.
I'm
yeah,
sure.
I
To give
bet.
her-
Yeah.
to give her a hard time.
They are
for it.
gonna bust her chops. And then of course the game played. We played 7 innings and it was a great time. And
Sweet.
Did all the players get a chance to play? Did
No.
they go through a whole roster?
they did not.
Oh.
They had the starting lineup. The starting pitcher for Centennial High School went the distance. He went all 7 innings
Oh wow,
and he got the win.
yeah.
John Carroll started off. They took the lead, and they had the lead 2-0, and then Centennial rallied back, to take a 3-2 lead from what I can remember.
Oh, that sounds like it was close.
Yeah,
then.
and then
Yeah.
John
Good-
Carroll,
good
John
game.
Carroll opened up and they scored a run, tied the ball game. But then later on in the game, Centennial blew it wide open,
Mhm.
and they got the W.
Any
And-
clearing of the
yeah.
benches where kids just beating each other
No,
up?
no,
or
no,
anything?
no, 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 no. Absolutely. Are you kidding?
Nah, I'm
Let me tell
joking.
you
It's
something.
a joke.
Especially the head coach for Centennial High School.
Yeah.
He's also a police officer.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
So
he
it's
is
not
the
gonna happen,
he is
yeah.
the school resource officer.
Does he have any kids
Name
that
is
are
Vic.
playing too?
I don't know if he does or not, but let me tell you, those kids show him the utmost respect.
Yeah.
Like I was blown away at the respect of those young men.
As they
Nice.
should, and he
Yeah.
must be a very stand-up gentleman. Then
He is. They
Yeah.
really highly respect him an awful lot.
That's
Just
good to hear.
yeah,
you know?
and it was nice to see the sportsmanship. After the game, all the kids shook hands with the opposing team.
right.
Then the Centennial High School ran right out to right field. They took a knee, waited for the coach to get there,
yeah.
and did their post-game little meeting. And it was just the camaraderie was it was really cool, Bonnie.
That had to be refreshing, considering what's going on with Major League Baseball
Yeah.
right now
Yeah.
and everybody anticipating it.
Yeah,
And to see these young players,
yeah.
get out and they're not playing for any
No,
monetary.
they're not. They're
Yeah.
not playing for any money
Just
at all.
that
They're
they
just playing the
yeah.
love
the
of the game.
sport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
The way it used to be.
Exactly. You know,
Exactly.
back
Yeah.
in the day, Bonnie, when I used to go to Shea Stadium and watch the Mets play when I was a child, the players didn't make millions of dollars. They didn't make a whole lot of money. Now it's
We didn't make a lot
It's
of money
nuts.
when we got the neighborhood kids. We weren't making money either, but boy, did we have fun.
yeah.
And a lot of times we went to bed at night. We had to go to sleep with maybe not wanting to face them on the school bus the next day because we all
Mhm.
got into an argument over something that happened in the
Yeah.
game.
yeah.
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 There was
Yeah.
always like, maybe, you're out. No, I wasn't out. And that sort of
Oh,
thing.
when
And
I played in high school, yeah, we did the same thing.
people
so,
used to get
yeah.
into, I remember Sean and Mark. They were like the oldest people, the oldest kids in the town,
Mhm.
and they would like butt heads
Yeah.
over a play that was
Yeah,
involved or
yeah,
something.
Yeah.
I got to tip my hat though to Centennial High School and the Eagles and that whole entire baseball organization.
Yeah.
And of course, Coach Vic, the head coach over there. Nice job with those kids. I've never come across a more respectable bunch of young men.
That's awesome,
honestly.
Evan. And I'm sure they're going to be inviting you back soon.
Well,
So
they've already made that point
coming back to
very
the party.
clear.
Nice.
They've made that point.
Yeah, they want Evan
extremely-
back. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, you caused us to win. You're our good luck charm.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
boy.
You, go.
You know, will you come do more games for us? And I'm like, it's hard, because of my schedule. Even though we're still locked out, I still have to go to work at the stadium. I have
Got a
my
lot of
life.
things,
Yeah.
multiple things going
like
on.
you, Bonnie,
Yeah.
you're busy. You're with everything you do.
Multitasking.
So I did it yesterday, but I don't know. Maybe
they're gonna have like Evan jackets.
Yeah.
With the big E on the side of the jacket and
No, no,
everything,
no,
because
no,
he's the
no.
good luck charm.
I'll have
Yeah.
to get
And
the,
he throws out the first pitch next time too.
I'll have to get the schedule, and maybe I'll go back and do a couple.
Oh
of
yeah,
games.
you got to. You're going to be
You
missing
know,
the kids.
yeah.
You're going to be missing some of
Honestly, it
them.
really was. Honestly, stuff like that holds a really special place in my heart.
Now, are they getting girls softball or girls?
Yeah, they have girls softball.
baseball
They have
going
girls softball
too?
going.
And-
Yeah, they have girls softball, and you have
and high
boys
school
baseball,
stuff.
and then you have junior varsity and varsity.
Yeah,
I did the varsity game.
Yeah.
that's what I
But,
played. Yeah,
those
varsity,
kids-
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, they hold kids just in general when it comes to sports hold a really super special place in my heart.
See
And
them in the major leagues.
Yeah,
maybe
those
in a
kids
couple
really,
of years.
they really impressed me yesterday. It is 6:21 on the Get Up and Go show. It's time for news. We're going to go right to the news desk where Bonnie is standing by with the morning headlines. Good morning, Miss Bonnie.
Well, good morning, Evan. On the note of baseball, we'll just start out with the Major League Baseball story. They've canceled opening day, of course, with Commissioner Rob Manfred announcing yesterday that the sport will scrap regular season games over a labor dispute for the first time in 27 years after lockout talks collapsed in the hours before management's deadline. Manfred said he's canceling the first two series of the season that was set to begin March 31st, dropping the schedule from 162 games to likely 156 at the most. Addressing a concerned nation and anxious world, President Joe Biden has vowed in his first State of the Union address to continue to put pressure on Russia. Biden said he's banning Russian aircraft from American airspace in retaliation for the invasion of Ukraine. He hinted that the U.S. would take more actions to stop Russian President Vladimir Putin's aggression. He has no idea what's coming, Biden said. Biden, however, reiterated that the U.S. would not engage in conflict with Russian forces in Ukraine. He asked the lawmakers crowding the House chamber to stand and salute the Ukrainians. They stood and cheered. A law designed to improve tenant safety following the death of an Orlando college student is another step closer to becoming law today.
The full Senate taking up Mia's law today, named in honor of 19-year-old Mia Marcano, found dead last September in the woods near her apartment complex. Foundation spokeswoman Jody Lewis says her parents are thrilled they can put their pain into purpose.
They're happy through their grief. This is some form of joy.
Mia's law requires landlords to do extensive criminal and sex offender background checks on employees and ensures residents are given 24 hours notice before a master key is used to enter a unit. Orlando sheriff's deputies believe Mia, who grew up in Pembroke Pines, was killed by a maintenance worker who used a master key to get into her unit. He committed suicide days later. Wendy Grossman, Miami.
The first two of what ended up being 8 urban search and rescue teams that responded to the deadly Surfside condo collapse are getting some extra recognition.
USAR Task Forces 1 and 2 battled the rain. They battled the heat. Their boots and gloves were destroyed. They had to keep respirators on.
State Fire Marshal Jimmy Petronis awarded Task Force 1 and 2 members with Surfside Memorial Challenge coins as a token of appreciation. A dog and his owner were reunited after a horrific car crash in Martin County. Brian Frazier was heading north on Interstate 95 near Martin Highway when his car blew a tire and flipped early Sunday morning. The Brevard County man was unconscious as he was airlifted to the hospital. When he woke, he inquired about the whereabouts of his dog, Esco. Troopers said the dog had crawled out of the wreckage and was spotted running all over the interstate. When Frazier was released from the hospital, he spent the past 2 days searching for his pet, along with dozens of other people who had seen a post on the Martin County Sheriff's Facebook page. Esco was spotted on a security camera off State Road 714 about midday Tuesday, and the dog and his owner were reunited. The sheriff's office said the dog was slightly dehydrated, but otherwise did not appear to be injured. Frazier said he's very grateful that so many strangers helped him over the last few days in locating his dog. There is a small church in Fort Pierce trying to do its part to help those in crisis thousands of miles away.
Doing this keeps our church going.
At St. Cyril and Methodius Byzantine Catholic Church,
You have to make the dough.
congregants and volunteers run the Slavic kitchen.
This is potato with cheddar cheese. It is the most popular.
Twice a week, they pinch and prod while discussing the news of the day.
The world events right now are pitiful.
My parents came from Ukraine. We had Christmas on January the 7th. I think about the tradition and the food and the people.
Beyond trays of pierogi, people come from miles away for stuffed cabbage, kielbasa, and pastries. The kitchen has long been the church's main fundraiser. Now, a lot of the money that's coming in will be sent overseas to help those in need in Ukraine.
We're a well-oiled machine.
Eileen Frank was in Ukraine a few years ago.
It was beautiful. The people are just kind and wonderful.
We used to have a Ukraine priest here with his family.
It's a small congregation here, so all hands are on deck. More hands would be welcome.
So we're able to do and help people that need our help.
The Slavic Kitchen is open Tuesdays and Saturdays from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. The church is also accepting cash donations.
It's a drop in the bucket, but it's something.
In Fort Pierce, John Shainman,
Whatever we can do.
WPTV News Channel 5.
One person was killed and 4 others injured following a dispute in Fort Pierce Tuesday evening, according to St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Ken Mascara said officers responded to the scene near US 1 and Indrio Road. 4 patients were transported to a local hospital, 2 with gunshot wounds, the sheriff said. 1 person died as a result of their injuries. Mascara said the incident appears to be isolated and the public is not in danger. Detectives and crime scene investigators are at the scene investigating further. No more information was immediately available. And lastly, the South Florida woman nominated to the Supreme Court is one of our nation's top legal minds. That's what President Biden said last night while talking about Ketanji Brown Jackson in his State of the Union address. Two-time All-Guard star Isaiah Thomas is signing a 10-day contract with the Charlotte Hornets, sources told ESPN. The Hornets, 30-32, have struggled in recent weeks, losing 11 of 13 games to drop to 9th in the Eastern Conference playoff race. And Brooklyn Nets coach Steve Nash said Monday that Ben Simmons still has not been cleared for practice as he recovers from back soreness that he's been dealing with as he prepares to return to game action for the first time in almost 9 months. Simmons will not practice the rest of this week, and it remains unclear when he'll be able to make his debut for the Nets, who acquired him at the February 10 trade deadline. News time, we have 6:28, and we'll have weather and traffic together for you next.
.629 is the time right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
All is fine and well right now on our roadways for Stewart for the Port St. Lucie area. Things are moving all up to speed on our major roads. US 1 looks good at the moment, and there's our latest look at traffic. It's 59 this morning in Port St. Lucie. Up in Hackensack, New Jersey, it's a partly cloudy 38. Here's our weather from WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for a chilly start to your Wednesday morning. Temperatures as you're stepping out the door in the 50s and low 60s. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s, some isolated showers possible, but otherwise mainly dry. Tomorrow and Friday, highs in the low 80s with partly sunny skies. For the weekend, warm and breezy with highs in the low 80s. Early next week, we'll introduce the chance for a few spotty showers, otherwise warm with highs reaching the low to mid 80s.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
Time now is 6:33 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. Phil is sitting in with us this morning. It's time for viral videos. So I just have one.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay.
And Phil, I'm giving you an assignment.
Uh-oh.
You have about 120 seconds to find a viral video to talk about. Putting him on the spot, Bonnie.
I have one to talk about.
I knew you would. You never fail
you know,
me.
This one is so timely that we have to talk about.
Okay,
this
you want to
deal.
do yours first? You want me to go first?
No, go ahead, Evan.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that just bought Phil another extra.
Yeah, I
60
appreciate
seconds.
that. Yeah.
All right. So a mom in Australia accidentally ate 3 of her adult daughter's weed cookies.
Wait, by accident or
Accident.
Weed cookies.
Yes. Her daughter tells her about it, but it's too late. And before long, she just simply can't stop giggling. Listen.
How many of those have you had? A couple. With my tea. How many exactly have you had? 3. It tastes a bit weird though. There's a bud in them. What do you mean? How many have you had? 3. 3 whole ones. Whole one. What do you mean? Marijuana.
Gets better.
Why is there drugs in the cookies?
Why is there drugs in the cookies?
Wow.
She just can't stop laughing.
So by eating 3 of those weed cookies,
she's wasted.
What would that get you wasted though?
If there's weed in there,
And
yes.
especially if there's a lot in it.
Maybe
Yeah.
the weed mixed with the sugar. You know, I don't know. I've never tasted one. I've never ate a brownie or a cookie with the weed that I know of.
Yeah, I never have either. I don't think I've never had any
I
weed
don't know. I
cookies.
can't confirm nor deny because things happen in college.
Well, if you're listening to the program this morning and you've ever eaten a laced brownie or laced cookie with 420 weed, we want to hear from you this morning. And I think I'm directing that at one person that I'm hoping will call this morning. I'm not going to mention his name.
Or you could make some brownies in the kitchen for us right now and bring some over.
Oh, not those kind of brownies.
We would love to
no,
try.
Not those kind of brownies.
Bill, did you put anything in the donuts?
I'm
Lace
not
the
saying
donuts with
anything.
this morning?
I'm fine. I haven't. I'm feeling. I ate about 8 of them bad boys already.
But we are drinking dirt soda today for Phil's taste test, so be prepared.
Does this one have caffeine? Any caffeine in
It's
mixed
dirt
with the dirt?
I have to read the ingredients,
Dirt
but
soda.
yeah, there's dirt soda.
So
yeah.
Bonnie has a viral video. By the way, the clock is ticking, Phil.
I'm already done.
Oh, okay. All right. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Bonnie.
So this is great. I missed Wheel of Fortune last night.
Oh.
But apparently it
You
was
did?
supposed to be this one was hard to watch. So 3 contestants, as usual. The category was phrase, and the answer was easy enough. Another feather in your cap. With almost all the letters filled in, it still took all 3 contestants a combined 9 turns to solve it.
Wow.
And one woman made 3 wrong guesses, saying the last word was hat, feather in your lap, feather in your map. They couldn't get the feather in your cap. And another guy asked for 2 wrong letters. He asked for a G and a D, then went bankrupt. Finally, the third guy hit bankrupt in a loose turn, but was finally able to solve it with his 3rd chance.
Oh, my.
So it was just like one of those where you're watching and you can see it at home. No, all the letters are up for you. People are shouting at the TV, feather in your cap, feather in your cap, man.
I've seen that happen many times on Wheel of Fortune where the answer is like, it's right there in plain sight.
It's there, but sometimes I think with these game shows, it's easier to be like an armchair quarterback than when you get on
the pressure.
The pressure with it.
Well, Family Feud's a good example of this. You could sit at home with your belly flapping and you're on the couch there with the dog next to you, and you can get every answer correctly. Then you get on the show and you can't think of the correct answers. It just happens. It's the pressure.
I've been wanting to get on this Price is Right live deal when it comes to the area.
Oh, it's coming to the
Sunrise.
Is it the Sunrise
It
Theater?
will be
Bonnie,
there
you
this
have to
year.
go. I
When is
went
this?
once.
I'm gonna go.
It's usually on a Friday night for some reason. It's
Oh.
always one of those nights I
I
have
gotta
to
see if my girlfriend wants to go.
get off of work for. But
All right.
when you get on stage though, and you're pressed to play one of those games, I bet it's easier said than
Oh
done.
yeah, of course it is.
You're in front of all the people and the loud noises and buzzers and announcers.
Speaking of Sunrise Theater, Bonnie, next week I'm going to see Howie Mandel.
All
Are you
right.
now?
Yes.
What
I got
night is he going to
tickets.
perform?
Hold on. I got to open the calendar.
While you're doing that, you want me to give you my video here?
Yeah, go
or-
ahead.
Well, there's on YouTube. There's a channel called Jerry Rig Everything.
Jerry Rig Everything.
Yes,
Sounds
and this
like Adam ruins everything.
no, it's Jerry Rig
Jerry
Everything.
Rig Everything.
Jerry Rig
And what
Everything.
Jerry does, he takes mobile electronics and puts them through their paces really extreme. And he took this phone called the OnePlus 10 Pro, and he literally he does a bend test, and it snapped right in half.
Holy man.
Yes.
Bent test.
Yes, he does a bent test.
Oh,
He-
bend it test.
Yeah.
Okay.
He bends it.
B-E-N-D.
Yes, he bends it, and it literally snapped right in half.
Did anything snap out and hit him in the eye or
No,
hit him in the
nothing like
face?
that. He also takes utility knives to it to scratch the screen and the lens on the camera and everything. And he found out that it was just a plastic covering on it. And
Oh wow.
it's really interesting what he does. He did it with the Nintendo Switch. He did it with the new Apple 13 Pro, and
the new Apple 13 Pro. How
yes.
dare he now?
yeah.
I mean, how dare he go
Really?
there? Those are kind of pricey.
But his
aren't they?
narration is the best on it because he sounds so sadistic when he does it. He'll go, "Wow, that didn't work very well, did it?" He'll say something like that. It's very cool. Yeah, very Jerry Rig Everything. Check him out on YouTube.
We
He's
need
great.
this guy to go fight the Russians and fight for Ukraine with his rigging, right?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
All right. On that note, I have a list of the top 10 most useless inventions that have ever come out.
Oh,
Yeah, top 10 useless.
this is not from the
inventions.
home office.
Oh,
right?
by the way, Phil,
Yeah.
I wanted to let you know this, and Bonnie has been made aware.
Yeah.
And I took Bonnie by surprise. I am officially now a member of
Oh,
ARP.
I heard
Isn't
this.
that awesome?
Yes.
I find that
And I got my
just
gift in
incredible.
the mail yesterday.
Yeah.
Very disappointed.
No,
was it a
was it the-
paper airplane or
The
something?
tote bag? Did you get like a tote bag or something?
Tote bag.
I got to bring it in. I'm going to bring it in tomorrow. I should have brought it today.
Something you can bring to the beach, like something useful and
Something
handy.
I wouldn't even take
His
in
banana
public.
hammock.
I wouldn't even.
That reminds me, I have that gift for you. I got to bring. So you
Okay.
remember to bring yours tomorrow, and I'll
Okay.
bring the gift that I got you at the flea market.
All right, we'll do. We'll do. She got me a gift at the flea market.
Wonderful.
But yeah, the
I only paid $1.
It's a toenail clipper.
no, this
A whisker clipper.
this thing that ARP sent me
Yeah.
is I was appalled by it. I
Really?
really was.
Yeah,
Because in the
is it
picture-
just kind of cheap and
Well,
the feel and
yeah.
everything of the material and
In the picture, okay, would you two please stop?
But wait. What quick question? What made you finally do this after 2 years of making fun of you on the air on this? And the home office making fun of you about this. It's what that snapped in your head? Was
I
it those free
figure-
coupons to Olive Garden or something?
No,
What?
I figure, you know what? I'm
I
gonna
could
be
use some of those.
I
their
figure
dressing is just out.
Yeah.
Just
today's
ravishing.
today's date is March the 2nd. In 15 more days, I will become 62 years old.
Yes.
Okay. I don't feel 62. I still feel like I'm in my 40s.
How was it
But-
at the Last Supper?
But thank you. But I still feel that I should take advantage of what all the other senior citizens are taking advantage
And
of.
you know you should. You should.
But here's
Evan.
the funny part about this all, Bonnie.
Yeah.
In the mail yesterday came another ARP subscription for my 29-year-old son.
Now, how did they get him involved?
I don't know.
What in the world did they?
I don't know. It came
Maybe-
addressed to Dylan 9.
Maybe they got the numbers reversed and thinks he's 92
I don't know.
instead of 29.
Bonnie, I don't know, but it was like join now and get this.
Yeah.
But it was a different gift than what I got.
Maybe
Was
you
it a
had
better
logo,
gift?
It looked better.
It looked better.
or was it buy one get one that they were
No.
giving you, and they thought, well, we'll toss this off to
you
someone.
know what's funny is I get phone calls all the time asking me about my Medicare, and I'm 48.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, really?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I get phone calls all the time about that.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, I have the top 10 useless inventions. Okay. Coming in at number 10, the inflatable dartboard. Think about that one.
Yeah.
Inflatable dartboard.
Have one stroke of the dart, one
And it's
stroke
done.
of play.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 9, AC adapter for solar powered calculators. Coming in at number 8, waterproof tea bags. Waterproof tea bags.
Wow.
Coming in at number 7, waterproof sponges.
Yeah.
Coming in at number six, smooth sandpaper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that
Smooth
works real
sandpaper.
good. Yeah.
Coming in at number
you could use it on
5,
something.
coming in at number 5, an inflatable anchor. Coming in at number 4, glow in the dark sunglasses. Glow in the dark sunglasses. Coming in at number 3, a black highlighter pen. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 2, solar powered flashlight. Solar powered flashlight.
They actually have those.
And
I bet they do.
number
I
1,
would think.
and I don't understand this one, non-stick sellotape. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, I think you are.
CELLO tape?
Sellotape.
I know cellophane.
Maybe it's cellophane. I don't know.
Maybe it's a miss.
But a non-stick tape in itself would not be a good invention.
non-stick tape.
Because
When they say you should have said like non-stick duct tape.
duct tape or
Yeah.
scotch tape.
Something of that sort. I don't know.
Yes, indeed.
Anyway, it's 6:45 on the Get Up and Go show, which means it is time for news once again. All brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. For the best deals in town, please see our very good friend Hawk Levy at one of their locations across the Treasure Coast. Here's Bonnie with the morning headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Addressing a concerned nation and anxious world, President Joe Biden has vowed in his first State of the Union address to continue to put pressure on Russia. Biden said he's banning Russian aircraft from American airspace in retaliation for the invasion of Ukraine. He hinted that the U.S. would take more actions to stop Russian President Vladimir Putin's aggression. He has no idea what's coming, Biden said. Biden, however, reiterated that the U.S. would not engage in conflict with Russian forces in Ukraine. He asked the lawmakers crowding the House chamber to stand and salute the Ukrainians, and they stood and cheered. A law designed to improve tenant safety following the death of an Orlando college student is another step closer to becoming law today.
The full Senate taking up Mia's law today, named in honor of 19-year-old Mia Marcano, found dead last September in the woods near her apartment complex. Foundation spokeswoman Jody Lewis says her parents are thrilled they can put their pain into purpose.
They're happy through their grief. This is some form of joy.
Mia's law requires landlords to do extensive criminal and sex offender background checks on employees and ensures residents are given 24 hours notice before a master key is used to enter a unit. Orlando sheriff's deputies believe Mia, who grew up in Pembroke Pines, was killed by a maintenance worker who used a master key to get into her unit. He committed suicide days later. Wendy Grossman, Miami.
There's a small church in Fort Pierce trying to do its part to help those in crisis thousands of miles away. WPTV's John Shaman has the story.
Doing this keeps our church going.
At St. Cyril and Methodius Byzantine Catholic Church,
You have to make the dough.
congregants and volunteers run the Slavic kitchen.
This is potato with cheddar cheese. It is the most popular.
Twice a week, they pinch and prod while discussing the news of the day.
The world events right now are pitiful. My parents came from Ukraine. We had Christmas on January the 7th. I think about the tradition and the food and the
people.
Beyond trays of pierogi, people come from miles away for stuffed cabbage, kielbasa, and pastries. The kitchen has long been the church's main fundraiser. Now, a lot of the money that's coming in will be sent overseas to help those in need in Ukraine.
We're a well-oiled machine.
Eileen Frank was in Ukraine a few years ago.
It was beautiful. The people are just kind and wonderful.
We used to have a Ukraine priest here with his family.
It's a small congregation here, so all hands are on deck. More hands would be welcome.
So we're able to do and help people that need our help.
The Slavic Kitchen is open Tuesdays and Saturdays from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. The church is also accepting cash donations.
It's a drop in the bucket, but it's something.
In Fort Pierce, John Shainman,
Whatever we can do.
WPTV News Channel 5.
Indian River State College will offer tuition-free associate degrees to public and charter high school graduates across the Treasure Coast, beginning with the class of 2022. The college is to officially announce the IRSC Promise Program on Thursday. Sponsored by the IRSC Foundation, the program will open to students in the 4 counties served by IRSC: Indian River, Martin, Okeechobee, and St. Lucie. To be eligible, students must graduate high school with at least a 2.0 GPA. College athletes are excluded from the program, according to IRSC spokesperson Suzanne Seldes. IRSC's program is unique in Florida because it has no income restrictions, Seldes added. A successful blastoff at the Cape. A United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket lifted off yesterday afternoon, carrying an advanced weather satellite into orbit.
3, 2, 1. And liftoff. Liftoff of Noah's Ghost Team, our newest weather sentinel in the sky to help keep us safe here on the ground.
SpaceX is planning to launch a Falcon 9 rocket carrying more Starlink satellites tomorrow morning at 9:35 Eastern Time. A convicted cop killer is now accused of injuring officers at the Orange County Jail. Correction officials said yesterday that Markeith Lloyd was part of a violent incident last week. Lastly, Coors Light is ditching those plastic rings on six-packs and transitioning to cardboard packaging that's more sustainable. They plan to do the same for the rest of their brands by 2025, including Blue Moon and Miller Lite. Brian Gutekunst walked the halls of the Indiana Convention Center uninterrupted on Tuesday, and the Green Bay Packers general manager said it's the same when he runs into GMs from the other teams at the NFL Scouting Combine. He claimed his phone isn't constantly buzzing either, with teams calling to inquire about quarterback Aaron Rodgers' availability via trade. Not at all, Gutekunst said. Not at all. Not a single person. Perhaps they're just waiting for Rodgers to inform the Packers of his decision, whether he wants to play in 2022 or retire, and then submit the trade offers. They've no doubt been formulated in case Rodgers tells Gutekunst he wants to continue his career elsewhere. Rodgers has not informed the Packers of his intentions, but Gutekunst believes the team will know before free agency opens on March 16. Our weather is at our news time rather is at 6:52, and our weather and traffic together is next.
.652 is the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie, how's it looking outside?
Well, Evan, traffic's looking good on our Wednesday morning. Throughout Martin and St. Lucie County, we're not finding any accidents. We're not seeing any incidents or traffic slowdowns at the moment. When you see traffic, give us a call at 220-9788 at 220-WSTU. We have 62 this morning in Stewart, and in Cumbernauld, Scotland, it's a cloudy 41. Here's a look at our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for a chilly start to your Wednesday morning. Temperatures as you're stepping out the door in the 50s and low 60s. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s, some isolated showers possible, but otherwise mainly dry. Tomorrow and Friday, highs in the low 80s with partly sunny skies. For the weekend, warm and breezy with highs in the low 80s. Early next week will introduce the chance for a few spotty showers, otherwise warm with highs reaching the low to mid 80s.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
6:57 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. Phil is sitting in with us this morning. Coming up a little bit later on, we're going to have Phil's taste test. And Phil, what are we going to be tasting today?
Dirt soda.
Dirt soda.
Dirt soda. That is correct.
Do you have the bottle handy?
Yes, I do.
May I have the bottle, please? Very good. Hand
Dirt
me
soda
the bottle.
made with the hose in my backyard.
Yes.
And
dirt
hosing
soda.
out the dirt.
There you
go.
Adding a little
Dirt
bit
soda.
of
It
carbonation.
says it is shoveled and bottled in the USA.
Nutrients.
Look, it's even diet soda at
No,
that.
it's not diet.
Dirt soda shoveled and bottled in the USA.
Yes.
170 calories. I don't have my glasses, so I can't read the ingredients. Just says it has potassium, calcium, sodium.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck is in this thing.
Everybody could use some potassium.
It has real
Now,
sugar cane in it.
Well, it's got an American flag on it.
Yeah, it's made in the USA.
Now, do you have a bottle opener?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to say this is not a twisty.
Exactly. I have a bottle opener.
He
yeah.
wanted you to bite it off with your teeth.
No, sorry. I only have a
Now,
few teeth
I
left.
also have here, I have the grass soda made from grass.
Oh, wow.
And then pickle juice soda.
If there's dew on the grass, it could be like a Mountain Dew with,
Oh, I like
the
that.
dew and the
I like
dewy
that
grass.
analogy there.
There's
Do
even
the
a
do.
there's even a mustard soda. Made
Mustard
with
soda?
mustard.
Is there a swamp water? Like
No, there is the what was it? What ranch dressing soda, sweet corn soda.
Now I would try.
Sour pickle?
I would try ranch dressing soda.
Oh,
Would you really now?
Yes, I would try because I like ranch dressing.
You could just take a bottle of ranch and drink it right out of the refrigerator.
Well, I don't know if
right,
I would
Evan?
do a whole bottle for God's sakes. But I mean, I would.
Maybe
I
one in
would
a
like.
teaspoon.
I would taste it.
Yeah.
You know.
But since we're going into spring and everything else, why not start trying some of these nice, refreshing sodas? Dirt, grass, and
Oh, yeah.
pickle.
All right.
Bring a whole six
So
pack to
for
the
Phil's taste test,
dirt soda.
I will taste a little bit in a solo cup.
Oh,
I will take a taste
of dirt soda.
Yes, and if I take a taste, you have to chug the rest of the bottle.
Of course.
Okay,
Oh, no.
there it
Yeah.
is, Bonnie.
Bonnie, you gonna have a little something?
You got to take a sip.
We're gonna
Just
whip
a
this
sip.
You have a little some?
Just
I
a
don't think I
sip.
even want to take a sip of that.
Not even
No?
just
I
like
don't.
just a smidge of a sip.
No.
No, I got my sourpuss look on today. I can't do it.
All right. Hey, we got to take a short pause for the cause. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Well, thank you very much, Madam Announcer. I always like those kind words.
You're a happy camper today.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
If you need to know something, you just Google it.
Yeah, that's right. Just Google it.
If you don't stop screwing around back there, this is what I'm going to do with you.
All right, well, tell me what you're going to do with me. Come on. I'm waiting, Arnold. Tell me. All right, I knew you couldn't. It's 7:07. Mr. Clock, would you please certify the time?
It's now 7:07 a.m.
7:07 a.m. on the Get Up and Go show this morning. And Bonnie, hour number 2 for me and you, and we're just off and running, aren't we?
I guess we can't wait to maybe drink some soda right here, or at least you're going to do it, Evan.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have any, though.
No,
but
can't get you.
Trying to do some arbitration here for our friend Phil.
Arbitration. What is this, a federal courthouse or what?
Well, you said you would take a sip of that soda.
Yeah,
now,
I'll take a
I
sip.
don't think Phil should have to drink that whole bottle unless you take a little gulp of it yourself and,
All right.
Actually do the swallowing of said soda.
All right, you win.
Because you were just going to take a
arbitration done.
Dabble
That's
on
it.
your
Win.
tongue.
You win.
Awesome. So,
You win. Never argue with another woman.
So
you win.
Phil, I
That's
hope
it.
you feel better about that one.
Done.
At least
I
when you
appreciate
have
that.
to
Thank
drink
you,
the
Miss
whole
Bonnie.
bottle.
Thank you.
Almighty Goddess of Radio has spoken.
Judge Bonnie is in the house. The gavel has been done.
Evan, you kind of wanted to tiptoe on that one and
Yeah.
just take a little taste, but you gotta drink it down and savor the flavor.
All right. Before we get into birthdays, we got a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sunshine. Why don't you come and drink some dirt soda with us?
Yeah, no, I'll sit with coffee.
Oh, okay.
Of course, sometimes the coffee tastes like mud.
Yeah, sometimes it tastes like dirt
Mud.
itself.
And that's
depending
even
on
worse
where you
than
get it.
dirt.
Yeah, right.
Where do you find this stuff, Phil?
Oh, it's I go to Amazon. Amazon has everything.
Yeah, you should know about Amazon.
Yeah, but I mean, dirt soda, grass soda.
Yeah, and they
Hold on, wait,
I got pickle.
It went right over.
I also got
It just-
like we
the plane
mentioned
just
earlier.
went right
There's
over.
ranch soda. There's sweet corn soda, peanut butter and jelly, mustard. I think there was another one. There's a couple other ones that I can't think
The
of off
only
the top
one
of
of
my head.
those I could do is a peanut butter and jelly, maybe.
Ooh,
Evan said
PB&J.
he wants the ranch one, the ranch.
I would do a
dressing
ranch
one.
soda one. Yes, in a heartbeat.
Is there one that you would do, Rachel? One of
No, none of them sound good.
Not even peanut
None?
butter, peanut butter and jelly
Okay.
with a little sweet. That has a sweet
Come on,
ring
you
to
wouldn't
it.
try
so-
Oh, they got,
peanut
oh, here it
butter
is. I
soda?
got the list. There's buffalo wing soda, bacon soda, not bacon, no, not Arm & Hammer or anything like that. Sweet corn, peanut butter and jelly, and pumpkin pie.
I would do pumpkin pie.
I would too. That
I would do a
doesn't sound
pumpkin pie soda.
bad
That's not
now.
too
And
bad.
then I got the grass, dirt, and pickle.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, anyway, I got to run because we got to get to birthdays. We got to stay on time. I mean, if I don't stay on time, I get a 50-cent fine every single minute that I'm late. So anyway, have a great morning, and I will talk to you later and give those kids a big hello from the Radio Ranch, if you would. Okay.
Sure.
All right. See you later. Bye-bye.
News on the radio. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
It's time for birthdays, anniversaries, and back in the day. And Bonnie, we always start with you first.
Well, I have to say happy birthday to this man because I saw him on the cover of a magazine in Walgreen, and he still is pretty and rocking, even
Pretty?
with short hair.
Pretty
boy.
John Bon Jovi is turning 60.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes,
Were you a Bon Jovi girl?
He's very pretty.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the pants, the red spandex pants
I
that
think
they
he's.
wore
I
back in the
think
day.
he's still back in the hair days.
Were you a hairband girl?
Not really. Not as much as my friends were.
Oh, yeah.
It was.
No.
I was just more into the music and the sound that they produced.
My wife says Bon Jovi's better looking now than he was back then.
And I agree with your wife.
Hey.
And he has that maturity level about him
Oh,
too.
there you
that
go.
Just
Yeah.
makes you go
All right.
even more nuts about him.
All right, Phil, what do you have? Anybody you want to wish
I just
happy
want to
birthday?
wish a friend of mine, Katie. Hi. That's it.
Katie.
That's it. Hi,
You want
Katie.
to wish her a hi, not a birthday.
No,
hi.
just a hi.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Katie's awesome.
All right. Well, I have a birthday.
Do you?
I got to wish a good friend of mine, Ryan Holt from Holt's Garage Doors. I got to wish him a happy birthday. He's celebrating a birthday today, and I have the utmost respect for that guy. So I just want to wish him a very happy birthday. I don't know how old he is, but happy birthday to you,
old.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Is he here in town, Evan?
No.
Does he
Yeah,
live
he's
here?
in town. He's in Port St. Lucie.
Hi,
Yeah.
Ryan. Happy birthday.
Yeah, he's in Port St. Lucie. Anyway, Becky G, 25 years old today. That's Trini the Yellow Ranger in the new Power Rangers movie. There you go.
Yeah.
Let me see who else I have. I have
Phil,
no
I thought
idea
you
who that
probably
is.
knew who that one was.
I was not a
with them.
Power Rangers guy.
By
That
the way,
was a little bit after my time.
It's also Dr. Seuss's birthday. Just
Oh,
so
is
you
it?
know. Yes.
How old would Dr. Seuss have been?
Too damn old.
He's so old.
Macy Richardson Sellers is 30 years old today. That's Amaya/Charlie on DC Legends of Tomorrow.
Okay.
Luke Combs, the country music artist, 32 years old today. Good old Luke Combs, 32 years old today. Nathalie Emmanuel is 33. That's Missandei, Game of Thrones. James Arthur, 34 years old today. Say You Won't Let Go. Reggie Bush, he won a Super Bowl ring with the Nolans Saints.
Yes.
He's 37 years old today. Robert Eiler or Robert Ler?
Ealer?
Is it Ealer,
Ealer,
Bonnie?
I think it's Ealer. I'm pretty sure.
Have
He's on
no
The
fear. When you
Sopranos.
cannot pronounce a name, turn to
Yes.
Bonnie and she will make sure that it is pronounced
Which
right.
one does he play on The Sopranos?
AJ.
Oh,
Anthony
AJ.
Jr.
Yeah.
Young AJ.
He actually reprised his role in the commercial for the Super Bowl. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, they
I missed
redid
it.
the opening to The Sopranos
Okay.
with the one who played Meadow,
Mm-hmm.
and she drove the car instead of obviously
Yeah.
Tony Soprano. They in the new Chevy blue pickup truck.
Did
and
they
then,
back the car up, do some parallel parking like she did in
Yes.
the final episode?
Yeah, she parallel parked, and then when she got out of the car, she met AJ
Oh,
in front of the restaurant.
right.
It was really cool
Oh.
commercial. Yeah,
I've got to go back and rewatch.
it's really good.
Rebel Wilson is 42 years old today. That's Fat Amy in Pitch Perfect movie series. Chris Martin, 45 years old today. Coldplay superstar.
Oh, he's the lead singer of
Yes.
Coldplay.
Daniel
Yep.
Craig is 54. That's James Bond.
And that, the singer of Coldplay kind of reminds me of Daniel Craig a little bit. Don't they look kind of similar? If you've ever seen them.
I don't. I know what Daniel Craig looks like. I don't know about the other guy from Coldplay.
As Bonnie mentioned earlier, John Bon Jovi, 60 years old today.
Shout
His
to the
real
heart.
name, John Francis Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
BonGiovi.
And remember the great words of John Bon Jovi. Shout to the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name.
We remember.
What is this, poetry hour? Jeez.
You would have done John Bon Jovi proud.
All right. Jay Osmond is 67 years old today. Phil, can you name the rest of the Osmond boys?
Oh, there was Danny, Jimmy.
Wrong.
Huh?
Wrong.
No.
Was there a
There's
Lenny
no
in
there
there?
was no
Mo,
Danny.
Larry, and Curly.
There was no Danny.
No Danny.
There was no Danny in
Really?
the Osmond brothers.
No Danny
It was
Osmond.
Donnie.
Donnie, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It was
of course.
Alan, Merrill, Wayne, Jimmy, Donnie, and Marie.
And Marie was the only girl
Mm-hmm.
with all those boys.
Now, do you remember the first hit of the Osmonds? Not Donnie Osmond, but just the Osmonds.
Maybe it was Down by the Lazy River.
No.
One bad apple. Don't
Thank you.
spoil the whole
That's
bunch.
it. Yeah, one bad apple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Amazing. Yeah.
That was a great song too. And everybody now when you play it, they think it's Michael Jackson.
I think
And
that
it's really
too.
Donnie.
Something by it was Justin Bieber yesterday.
Oh, yeah, Baby, Baby.
It was the Bieb's birthday,
Yeah.
and Bieb actually, when he started out, he sounded a lot like a young Michael
Yeah,
Jackson.
yeah,
I
exactly.
thought.
He really did. Gates McFadden, 73 years old today. That's Dr. Crusher on Star Trek. Mikhail Gorbachev, 91. That's the former Soviet president. Celebrating a birthday in the heavens, Lou Reed, A Little Walk on the Wild Side was the biggest hit.
That's a
Passed
great
away
song.
in 2013. And
Yes.
Karen Carpenter from the Carpenters passed away in 1983.
Yeah, I think she was only like 32.
How about this guy? Hey, Lucy.
Desi
Arnaz.
That's
Yep.
right. Passed away in 86.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Celebrating a birthday. Let's rewind the clock if we could, Bonnie.
Well, let's see. I think I had, you just mentioned Desi Arnaz.
Mhm.
59 years ago today in 1963, too. It would have been on his birthday, I guess. Desi married his second wife.
Oh.
And that was 1963. He got married to Edith Mackhirsch on his 46th birthday at the time.
Was she a redhead?
They that's a good question.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, and I didn't even know he was married to anybody following Lucy.
Neither did I.
Uh-huh.
We just learned something new.
Yep, they stayed together until her death in 85, and
All right.
Desi died a year later of lung cancer. 1962 on this date, Wilt Chamberlain, man, he set the single game NBA scoring record when he scored 100 points against the New York Knicks.
That's a lot of baskets.
I had no idea that anybody ever scored that many points in a single game. And, you know, here we're bragging about our NBA players when, well, as we should, when we've been hearing of a lot of them scoring now 51 points. I'm hearing the 38-point mark, and, you know, which is phenomenal because that's what they're actually averaging. But yeah, Chamberlain 100 points in a game. He must have were 3-pointers. I wonder if they had 3-pointers at the time.
Oh, I'm sure they did. They had 3-pointers.
Yeah.
The only thing is though, Bonnie, those shorts they wore back in the day, they were just a little too short.
Yeah, they were.
I don't know. Maybe they made Wilt to play
Now
better.
they use like knee, almost it goes down to your
down
knee
to their
now.
knee.
Yeah.
Thank
All right,
goodness.
let's keep rewinding.
In 1933, King Kong, starring Fay Ray, had its world premiere at Radio City Music
Classic.
Hall. And the one I remember most is the one with Jessica Lange.
In 1976.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, where he was holding Jessica in one hand up those skyscrapers.
They just re-released that movie in 4K.
And in 39 years ago, in 1983, CD players and discs were released for the first time in the U.S.
You know you're
What
old
are-
when.
What are those?
What's a CD now? Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, I still will buy one once in a while.
Oh, I still do too.
I have a
I do
CD
too,
player
yeah.
in my Toyota.
All right.
Yeah. And 8 years ago in 2014, Ellen DeGeneres hosted the 86th Academy Awards. She set a new Twitter record for her epic selfie, where it's since been retweeted over 2.9 million times.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's back in the day for March 2nd.
All right. Today's Ash Wednesday. It's observed 46 days before Easter. Ash Wednesday is considered to be the beginning of Lent in Christianity.
When is our Easter this year?
It's
on
in April.
It's not
Easter
till
Sunday.
on Easter Sunday.
When
yeah, that's usually when it is.
No, it's in April this year. Yeah.
Gavin is an Easter Sunday baby.
He is. I
Oh,
think,
yeah,
I think
that's
you told
right.
us
Because
that.
on when he was born way back in the day, almost 19 years ago, he was born on Easter Sunday on April 20th.
Oh.
And
April
go figure,
20.
420 is his birthday. I'm sure he gets teased
Is it
a lot about
National
that one.
Prune Breakfast Month yet? Or no?
No, it's not.
Ah.
No, it's not.
April 17 is our Easter Sunday
Is
this
it?
year.
All right, very good. It's International Rescue Cat Day, and I know that one is near and dear to you, Bonnie.
Oh yeah, yep. And my Hansi is a rescued cat by my good friend
Hans.
John.
Beautiful.
And you know, it's funny because when John comes over, Hansi will run out and let John pet him for a while.
Yeah.
But then he kind of gives him the cold shoulder, like, maybe you brought me here. Maybe you're going to take me away outside again. The cats are smarter than we think, you know?
Hey, boo boo, smarter than the
average
average cat. It's National Banana Day, so make
Oh,
sure
now
and
we're
indulge in
talking.
that. And it's also National Egg McMuffin Day.
Yeah.
And you know who makes great banana pie is actually Golden Corral.
Really?
I
Oh,
have never
they're-
had their banana cream pie.
It is delicious.
Marie
Is it good?
Callender makes a good one too.
Do they?
Oh,
Do they
yeah.
now?
That's the frozen one, right?
No, what they also have restaurants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've had one in the restaurants. Really good.
Do they have restaurants down in the West Palm area? Is there
No,
Marie?
I think they have some like in the Orlando area, North Florida part. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
It's also National Read Across America Day. So students, teachers, and parents and community members come together to celebrate the joy of reading. And it's also Stop Bad Service Day. Today is a day that you're supposed to stop bad customer service. Wow, lots of things happening today. World Teen Mental Wellness Day. That's another one. That's
I
that's
avoid
pretty big.
bad customer service. Say if there's a convenience store or a gas station I got to go in where the customer service isn't great.
Yeah.
I'll go a mile out of the way to go to
Ev-
where people are treating me friendly.
Evan and I experienced some not so great customer service over the weekend.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was. I'm not
it was
going to discuss it on.
No,
the
we're not
radio.
going to discuss it, but it wasn't
No,
nice. It wasn't good.
It just wasn't
unfriendly,
good.
huh?
Yeah.
It just was not good.
Yeah.
What did they do? Give you the wrong food?
We'll
or
tell you off air what
they
happened.
wouldn't give you any more condiments that you needed? Or
Yeah, he didn't get enough ranch dressing soda.
We'll tell
no
you.
fries with that?
No, we'll tell you off air. Some things you just don't talk about on
That
the
is
radio.
correct.
7:22. It's news time. Let's go right to the news desk. Bonnie's standing by with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. And one person was killed and 4 others injured following a dispute in Fort Pierce Tuesday evening, according to St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Ken Mascara said officers responded to the scene near US 1 and Indrio Road. 4 patients were transported to a local hospital, 2 with gunshot wounds, the sheriff said. 1 person died as a result of their injuries. Mascara said the incident appears to be isolated and the public is not in danger. Detectives and crime scene investigators are at the scene investigating further. No more information was immediately available. A large cargo vessel carrying thousands of cars from Germany to the United States has sunk in the mid-Atlantic nearly 2 weeks after a fire broke out on board. The ship was reportedly transporting electric and non-electric vehicles, including Porsches and Bentleys. Investigators suspect lithium batteries may have caused the fire. However, an official cause has not been stated. The first 2 of what ended up being 8 urban search and rescue teams that responded to the deadly Surfside condo collapse are getting some extra recognition.
USAR Task Forces 1 and 2 battled the rain. They battled the heat. Their boots and gloves were destroyed. They had to keep respirators on.
State Fire Marshal Jimmy Petronas awarded Task Force 1 and 2 members with Surfside Memorial Challenge coins as a token of appreciation. All lanes of Florida's Turnpike were blocked for hours near Glades Road Tuesday evening after a tractor-trailer caught fire. According to Palm Beach County Fire Rescue, the tractor-trailer was fully involved when firefighters arrived at the scene. Traffic northbound was diverted off the Sawgrass Expressway, and southbound traffic was moving slow while firefighters battled the blaze. Some drivers called WPTV reporting they were on a standstill between Glades Road and Sawgrass Expressway, that is. The scene was cleaned up and lanes reopened for traffic after approximately 3 hours. PBCFR said all occupants got out safely and no one was injured. A successful blast-off at the Cape. A United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket lifted off yesterday afternoon, carrying an advanced weather satellite into orbit.
3, 2, 1. And liftoff. Liftoff of Noah's Ghost T, our newest weather sentinel in the sky to help keep us safe here on the ground.
SpaceX is planning to launch a Falcon 9 rocket carrying more Starlink satellites tomorrow morning at 9:35 Eastern Time. And lastly, an 81-year-old man in Florida lost control of his electric wheelchair last month and fell into a lake. But his dog wouldn't stop barking until it got someone's attention and saved his life. He says he made sure to give her an extra treat when they got home. And I hope he gave the dog some of those real treats for it, with the new improved ingredients. The dog should have been treated well.
I would hope so.
Yeah, right.
The Rays and Marlins' first 2 series of the regular season are canceled. This after Major League Baseball and the Players Association once again failed to reach a new collective bargaining agreement. Our news time is at 7:26, and we'll have weather and traffic together next.
7:27 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
No accidents, and that's always a good thing to report for this Wednesday morning. If you got to arrive at 8, you should be arriving there on time. We're not finding any traffic reports for our major highways. Everything moving nicely right there up to speed. Side streets are looking good at the moment, and this for Martin and St. Lucie County. Whenever you see traffic, always let us know at 220-9788 at 220-WSTU. 62 right now in Palm City. Yes, nice and cool. And in Recife, Brazil this morning, it's a balmy 80 degrees. Here's more on our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for a chilly start to your Wednesday morning. Temperatures as you're stepping out the door in the 50s and low 60s. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s, some isolated showers possible, but otherwise mainly dry. Tomorrow and Friday, highs in the low 80s with partly sunny skies. For the weekend, warm and breezy with highs in the low 80s. Early next week, we'll introduce the chance for a few spotty showers, otherwise warm with highs reaching the low to mid 80s.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
The Get Up and Go Show would love to hear from you live on the air. Give us a call at any time. Now let's get back to the program. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
This is not headline news. Today is Dr. Seuss' birthday. Sad if he were alive today, he'd try to please the woke crowd with a new book, Free-Range Eggs and Plant-Based Vegan Ham. Catwoman in the new Batman movie is bisexual. Been there, done that, replied Robin. Benedict Cumberbatch received a star on the Walk of Fame. Actually, he got 2, so his entire name would fit. And Target is raising its minimum wage to as much as $24 an hour. And speaking of news involving $24, that was the price per gallon when I got gas this morning. This is not headline news.
From not headline news to the stupid stuff.
And now it's time for Stupid News,
It's so stupid and awesome.
where we ask the important questions.
Are some people too stupid to live?
Why are people so stupid?
All right, are you done now?
Absolutely.
We wait till you get here to do that.
Yeah.
I think Evan attempted it a couple of days this week.
Didn't
but
work.
I heard him try it last
not the
week.
same.
I heard him
No.
try it last week and went, okay, I'm done.
Yes, he did. He did do that.
It's just not the same. All right, a 23-year-old man in Massachusetts named Omar Rios Robles was arrested recently for stabbing another man just after 5 o'clock in the morning last Thursday morning. Now, both Omar and the victim worked the graveyard shift at Walmart, and they were on break when all this went down. Now, according to police, they were arguing over spilt milk.
Literally.
Arguing
Wow.
over spilt milk. Omar is a janitor at Walmart, and he was upset because the other guy spilled the milk, didn't clean it up.
Oh, Omar, let it go.
So
let it go now.
they
right?
argued, and it ended up with Omar stabbing the other guy.
Clean up on Hell too.
For what it's worth,
They'll have to bring in the
Omar,
Sunshine Company. Remember
For-
that movie?
for what it's worth, Omar claims the other guy punched him in the face first. Now, Omar was charged with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. The other guy was hospitalized, but he's going to be fine. Omar was released until his next court date, and apparently he can go back to Walmart. But if he and the guy he stabbed worked the graveyard shift together, Omar must stay at least 20 yards away from the other guy.
It would have been a cooler story if he would have hit him over the head with a gallon of milk.
Yeah.
I wonder if he had to go to the kitchen utensil section and get the knife.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So-
Right.
I wonder if he did that. Then there's an extra charge of shoplifting.
Or go to the pharmacy to get a Band-Aid.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, exactly.
You need more than a Band-Aid, that's for sure.
Gosh.
Let's go to Fort Lauderdale, where a car was pulled over last Tuesday evening. Now, it's unclear what the problem was, but someone in the car must have felt like they were in trouble because he jumped out and ran off. The officer chased the suspect. Then at some point, the guy shot himself in the foot. The officer caught up with the guy and then applied a tourniquet to the wound. He was taken to the hospital, but his condition is unknown. It's also unclear what the charges are, but he'll probably get at least one for resisting arrest.
Wow.
So the guy gets pulled over
Yeah.
and he just runs for no reason at all.
Well, there might have been a reason.
There has to
There
be a
could
reason,
warrant
yeah.
out for him or in trouble somewhere before.
I don't
and
know.
He obviously had a gun on him. If he got shot in the foot, did something release and he shot himself in the
I don't know.
foot or leg?
Couldn't tell you.
He was up to something, I'm sure.
Well, let's go to the Peach State, where a Georgia government worker indicted, a Georgia government worker indicted for faking 2 pregnancies. Yes, a government Georgia worker was indicted for faking 2 pregnancies. It seems it would be an elaborate scheme to fake 1 pregnancy, let alone several. But that's exactly what a government worker in Georgia is accused of doing, allegedly to secure paid time off.
Wow.
A release of the state's Office of the Inspector General says a 43-year-old has been indicted on 1 count of identity fraud and 3 counts of making false statements, which are all felonies. Now, a coworker had noticed that the woman's stomach had come away from her body,
What?
leading the colleague to suspect she was wearing a fake pregnancy belly.
Wow,
The
that's
in-
commitment to your lie.
The
there, yeah.
investigation uncovered that the named father of her children did not exist. No birth certificates listing the 43-year-old had been filed, and no insurance or medical records indicated the woman had ever even given birth. She could see up to 25 years in prison if convicted, as well as be made to pay a fine of over $100,000.
Wow.
And how do you find out if a person is lying about a pregnancy or not? And
Yeah.
and if she tried to get off work out of this, only, I guess the coworker had that puzzled look on her face, like,
Yeah.
why is your belly all of a sudden protruding?
Here today and gone tomorrow.
And usually you get those belly tuckers that tuck your belly in. I never heard of one that you want to buy that makes you gonna be looking pregnant.
They sell fake pregnancy stomachs
Yeah.
online everywhere.
Yeah.
That you just strap on and
Okay.
it makes you look prego.
See, I guess I didn't know that because
Yeah.
I never went looking for one.
You should get one. You should get one and wear it home one day and say, "Hi, Gary."
Yeah, see what he does.
See what he does.
Oh,
I would flip.
I have one. All I have to do is drink his beer the night before. That's not hard to do. That's like a guaranteed one.
That's a good one.
Wait, what beer does he drink that
Yeah,
you
what
get
does he-
bloated like that?
Budweiser.
He's a bud.
Yeah.
He's a bud.
Bud
kinda
or
guy.
Bud Light?
Bud, regular
Got to be
Bud.
full blown on Bud.
Yeah, any
Oh,
of that
yeah.
beer.
So you drink
will
about
get
4 or 5 of those. You don't need one of those suits,
You
right?
won't need
Right.
one. Okay,
That's all you
that's
gotta
what
do.
most people usually do.
Yeah.
But how would that work for a guy? If no, we won't talk about that. No, that's another day. A 42-year-old man in Boston named Hector Avedetto.
You want to try that again?
Yes, Hector Avedetto.
Okay.
Stabbed another man because he wouldn't flush the toilet.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. It happened at the Back Bay
Wow.
Transit Station last Sunday. The two men were in adjacent stalls when the victim was about to leave. Hector hollered that he needed to flush the toilet, but the other guy apparently refused and told him to mind his own business.
Yeah, I'll flush it if I want to, brother.
Yeah.
Well, they argued a little bit. They argued for a bit through the stalls. Then it got physical when one hopped over the other stall, which ended in
Wait,
Hector
he hopped-
stabbing the other guy in the hand.
He hopped over one of those
He
walls?
hopped over the
How
stall.
do you do
He
that?
was supposed to crawl underneath and grab him by the legs. You
Yeah,
see, he went about doing it.
He
the
might have been
wrong
grossed
way.
out going underneath, so he'd rather go over the wall.
Hector ran off, but he was caught later and he was arrested.
Wow.
He still had the knife on him, too. The victim was treated for a stab wound, but it sounds like he'll be fine.
Yeah, I wonder if they're related to the guys at Walmart there, doing the whole fight over with a
Over the
knife and everything else.
Spilt milk.
Yeah,
and
spilt milk and not flushing the toilet.
this one over toilet
Here's
water.
where the whole story went awry.
Oh my gosh.
Is when the guy told the other guy to flush the toilet and he didn't want to flush the toilet.
Yeah, I know.
And then he decided to hop over the stall
Yeah.
and stab him. No boy.
Yeah.
You can't even touch that. I don't make this stuff up, folks.
Maybe
This-
maybe his kid was coming in there next, and he didn't want him to see what was left
I
in
wonder
the
if it was
toilet.
concerning a courtesy flush or something
I
like
don't
that.
know.
You know?
I don't know. Anyway, all right. Here's another
All
good
these questions.
Here's another good story. After a woman was refused service by a bar manager, a drunk Florida lawyer went into the bathroom and then emerged completely unclothed and completely naked, according to police who charged her with disorderly conduct.
So she is a lawyer, and
She's a lawyer.
She wasn't served.
Right. So she went in the bathroom and got undressed and came out.
She undressed for the occasion.
Yes.
Okay.
Most people dress to go out.
Yeah.
Well, she undressed.
She undressed.
Well, according to the arrest report, Kelly Elkins, who's 49 years old, entered the beach lounge in St. Petersburg around 2:15 in the morning last Friday.
Kelly Elkins sounds like a sexy name.
Okay.
Continue.
She got rid of her briefs.
She entered the beach lounge in St. Petersburg around 2:15 Friday morning, but was intoxicated. She was intoxicated to the point the manager refused to serve her any liquor. So instead of departing and leaving the establishment, Elkins walked into the restroom, then came back out into the bar, unclothed and completely naked. When Elkins refused the manager's request to get dressed, police were summoned,
Yeah.
and she was arrested.
I wonder what Judge Judy would say about that.
Yeah, right.
And my guy gets kind of funny at home, and he teases me. He teases me. Tries to make me jealous of Judge Judy, and he'll be like, "That Judge Judy is pretty sexy."
Oh boy!
He'll be like, "I bet she's like wearing nothing under that gown." And I'll be like, "Gary."
Yeah. Bonnie's turning red over here.
Bonnie, I have never seen you turn this red before.
I'm kind of turning red for him because I don't know if I was supposed to say that.
Well, you've just
He
thrown your
teases.
better half under the Judge Judy
me.
bus.
Actually, I saw a video of her back in her prime. Like they did an interview with her before she was way before a judge, or she
Oh.
was a judge for family court.
Yeah.
She wasn't a bad looking lady
I'm
back
sure
then.
she
Yeah.
wasn't. Yeah.
So
I'm sure she wasn't bad looking at all.
Listen,
Yeah.
Judge Judy is somebody I would not want to write home about.
No.
Okay, just plain and simple.
Could you imagine if that lady right there being a judge and we're going to Judge Judy's court, and what would Judy have to say? Oh my,
Well,
for that matter.
She'd probably scold them. She'd take her glasses and bring them down and give that eerie
And
look.
she never uses a gavel. She claps her hand.
Yeah.
You ever
Yeah,
notice that?
that's-
Or she
yeah.
hits her hand on her bench.
She
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
very
You're
true.
right.
She never does use
And
a
her
gavel.
new show's pretty good too.
I don't.
She has a
think
new
I've
show
seen that.
on IDBM.
Ah,
Yeah, it's actually
that's a
quite good.
movie channel, isn't it?
Yeah.
IDBM.
Yes.
With the movies.
She has a new show on there.
Oh.
IDBM.
Yes.
You
Okay.
can
Internet data,
yeah.
internet movie database.
And you can find out about like any movie that you want to
IMDb.
know about.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
wow.
kind of
Yeah.
cool. But I
All
didn't
right.
know she had a show on that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe we'll get Judge Judy to come and preside over the show.
Whether we should drink dirt soda or
Yes,
not.
Exactly. 7:44 right now. It's news time once again. We're going to go right to the news desk. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Make sure and visit one of their locations on the Treasure Coast. And please tell Hawk Levy that we sent you there, okay? All right. Let's go to the news desk. Bonnie's standing by with the morning headlines. Good morning, Miss Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. A dog and his owner were reunited days after a horrific car crash in Martin County. Brian Frazier was heading north on Interstate 95 near Martin Highway when his car blew a tire and flipped early Sunday morning. The Brevard County man was unconscious as he was airlifted to the hospital. When he woke up, he inquired about the whereabouts of his dog, Esco. Troopers said the dog had crawled out of the wreckage and was spotted running all over the interstate. When Frazier was released from the hospital, he spent the past 2 days searching for his pet, along with dozens of other people who had seen a post on the Martin County Sheriff's Facebook page. Esco was spotted on a security camera off State Road 714 about midday on Tuesday, and the dog and his owner were reunited. The sheriff's office said the dog was slightly dehydrated, but otherwise did not appear to be injured. Frazier said he's very grateful that so many strangers helped him over the last few days in locating his dog. There's a small church in Fort Pierce trying to do its part to help those in crisis thousands of miles away. WPTV's John Shaman has the story.
Doing this keeps our church going.
At St. Cyril and Methodius Byzantine Catholic Church,
You have to make the dough.
congregants and volunteers run the Slavic kitchen.
This is potato with cheddar cheese. It is the most popular.
Twice a week, they pinch and prod while discussing the news of the day.
The world events right now are pitiful. My parents came from Ukraine. We had Christmas on January the 7th. I think about the tradition and the food and the people.
Beyond trays of pierogi, people come from miles away for stuffed cabbage, kielbasa, and pastries. The kitchen has long been the church's main fundraiser. Now, a lot of the money that's coming in will be sent overseas to help those in need in Ukraine.
We're a well-oiled machine.
Eileen Frank was in Ukraine a few years ago.
It was beautiful. The people are just kind and wonderful.
We used to have a Ukraine priest here with his family.
It's a small congregation here, so all hands are on deck. More hands would be welcome.
So we're able to do and help people that need our help.
The Slavic Kitchen is open Tuesdays and Saturdays from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. The church is also accepting cash donations.
It's a drop in the bucket, but it's something.
In Fort Pierce, John Shainman,
Whatever we can do.
WPTV News Channel 5.
Indian River State College will offer tuition-free associate degrees to public and charter high school graduates across the Treasure Coast, beginning with the class of 2022. The college is to officially announce the IRSC Promise program on Thursday. Sponsored by the IRSC Foundation, the program will be open to students in the 4 counties served by IRSC: Indian River, Martin, Okeechobee, and St. Lucie. To be eligible, students must graduate high school with at least a 2.0 GPA. College athletes are excluded from the program, according to IRSC spokesperson Suzanne Seldes. IRSC's program is unique in Florida because it has no income restrictions, Seldes added. A law designed to improve tenant safety following the death of an Orlando college student is another step closer to becoming law today.
The full Senate taking up Mia's law today. 19-year-old Mia Marcano found dead last September in the woods near her apartment complex. Foundation spokeswoman Jody Lewis says her parents are thrilled they can put their pain into purpose.
They're happy through their grief that this is some form of joy.
Mia's law requires landlords to do extensive criminal and sex offender background checks on employees and ensures residents are given 24 hours notice before a master key is used to enter a unit. Orlando sheriff's deputies believe Mia, who grew up in Pembroke Pines, was killed by a maintenance worker who used a master key to get into her unit. He committed suicide days later. Wendy Grossman, Miami.
There's a sign of life returning to normal in Volusia County. Daytona Bike Week starts on Friday, and already hotel rooms are booked at levels last seen before the pandemic. And lastly, a guy in New Jersey was eating clams at a seafood restaurant last month and found a pearl that could be worth anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000. Yes, a pearl in his clam. It depends on the body of water the clam originated in, and last we heard he was still having it appraised.
I think we need to eat more of those. Try to get a pearl, don't you think?
Somebody give me a bowl of clam chowder, please.
Quickly. Do it quickly.
Well, San Francisco 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo is expected to undergo shoulder surgery soon and will be sidelined until this summer. Garoppolo suffered what coach Kyle Shanahan called a slightly sprained right throwing shoulder in the second quarter of the Niners' wildcard win over Dallas. And it looks like Saquon Barkley is not untouchable. The New York Giants are at least willing to entertain phone calls on the talented running back, new general manager Joe Schoen said on Tuesday at the NFL Scouting Combine. With a new regime in place, a difficult salary cap situation, and an injury-filled 3 seasons for Barkley, Schoen said he is open to hearing what offers are out there. News time is at 7:51. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
7:51 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
And traffic-wise, just nice and clear on our roadways for the Stewart area and the Port St. Lucie area. There's your latest look at traffic. It's sunny. It's 60 degrees this morning in Port St. Lucie. Just perfect this morning. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for a chilly start to your Wednesday morning. Temperatures as you're stepping out the door in the 50s and low 60s. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s, some isolated showers possible, but otherwise mainly dry. Tomorrow and Friday, highs in the low 80s with partly sunny skies. For the weekend, warm and breezy with highs in the low 80s. Early next week, we'll introduce the chance for a few spotty showers, otherwise warm with highs reaching the low to mid 80s.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Do you have a suggestion for the show? Send us an email, WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. And now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
It's now time for Phil's Taste Test, brought to you by Fredo's Food Truck. Let's see what Phil will be tasting this week.
Oh, boy. We've got some good stuff here.
All right.
What do we got, Phil?
From Rocket Fizz, made in the USA, shoveled and bottled in the USA. It's called Dirt Soda, made from dirt.
That's no dirt.
Yeah.
All right. Crack that bad boy open. Don't spill any. All right. What's it smell like?
I don't know. It doesn't really smell like anything. Here, you wanted to taste, right? There we go. I gave you a little splash there.
Now this has to be a real taste. Get the real flavor.
Oh, no. No. Oh, Bonnie, smell. Yeah, smell that.
It does smell like dirt.
Oh, that's disgusting.
That smells like dirt.
I like that smell, though. It's nice and earthy because I'm kind of a country
There we
girl.
go.
I smell it. I don't drink it, though.
Oh. Oh.
Evan took a real sip
It's
of that.
sweet.
Yep, that was a really good gulp, Evan.
Yeah, it's
Look at
kind
the-
of
You should see the look on Evan's face. Oh, man.
Oh,
Evan,
man.
show our Facebook just the look on his face.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah, that's
kind
not
of
good.
It's sweet, but at the same time, it has like a dirty taste to it. It's like,
Oh, Bonnie.
I love that dirty water.
Oh.
Boston, you're my home.
Oh, that is just horrible.
Oh, yeah. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like I had like a club soda and dirt
Yeah.
fell into it. That's what it felt.
Like someone shoveled it right into there.
Oh yeah, hold on.
You know, I
I'm gonna
like
drink some more.
I like the smell of it. I like that earthy smell. That I can do. But drinking it, it really tastes like dirt, huh?
Here, have some more.
Have some more. Yeah. Thank you.
Phil, you don't really
I
have
thought
to.
you were supposed to bring rum in today, Bonnie. You
That's
said this
right.
yesterday.
I
I am
forgot.
disappointed that I do not have
Oh.
rum for my dirt.
He's
soda.
going to do the whole bottle.
There we go. You
If
ready?
I took a taste, he does the whole.
The whole bottle. Now,
Go ahead, Phil. All
I
the
hope
way
he
down.
doesn't get sick, Evan.
All the way down.
Oh, how can you?
Oh, look at him.
He is downing, guzzling the whole thing.
He is guzzling the whole entire. I
There's
want to see the empty cup.
nothing left in a red Solo. Nothing
No.
left.
Red Solo cup. You up? It's dirty soda.
Yeah, indeed.
He's still drinking it.
Oh,
Phil.
how can you do it?
Oh, he
Oh.
did. Bonnie, look.
Oh yeah.
It's down. It was brown and it was down.
Wow.
Had to do a silent burp there.
How do you feel?
Fine. But it definitely tastes like ugh.
We're gonna have to, Evan. We're gonna have to
Oh,
keep our
man.
eye on Phil for
Yeah.
this next whole hour because.
But it's made from has real sugar cane.
Can
in
you
it.
stand up? Can you
Yeah,
stand up?
fine.
You all right?
Yeah, it's not like a beer or anything like
Yeah.
that, but yeah, but no, it definitely had a dirty
I
taste.
can't
to it.
believe just the smell alone
Yeah.
just really freaked me out alone.
It does smell like dirt. It
Mhm.
smelled like dirt. Did it,
It really
not?
did. Yes, it did. It did have a dirt smell to it.
Yeah, I wonder if it was like clean dirt, or if there is. You know
Was
what
it
I mean?
topsoil?
You know what I mean by clean
Brown dirt?
like
Black
no,
dirt?
no
Topsoil.
cow pies in there, or no, I mean
Did you mean cow chips?
cow pie.
Cow pie.
Oh.
Bring that in for Phil's taste.
No, but when you think about it, there could be bird doo doo in it, and or you never know what
my
what could be
Lord.
mixed in
I
there.
I can't believe that he just drank the
Dirt.
whole
So I drank
bottle
dirt.
of dirt soda.
How many calories? Oh, 170 calories.
170
in that.
calories per serving, which
All
is
right, well, there you
the whole
go.
bottle.
Is there a? They should have a worm at the bottom of it, like they
That would be the bottle of tequila.
do it, like they do in tequila.
We got
Bonnie, have you ever had the worm from
Never.
a bottle of tequila?
Never
I
have
heard
I.
it makes you hallucinate.
I heard that too.
It doesn't.
I've heard
had
that
it.
once.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't really.
It doesn't. No.
Oh, I don't know. I've never tried.
Did you get sick after you like
No,
swallowed
not
it?
really. I swallowed it. It was
Oh,
fine. Yeah.
That's gross.
Y'all
We
are
gotta ask
nasty.
Tara if she drinks dirt soda.
No.
Who drinks it?
Taryn Kristic,
Yeah,
Martin
Taryn
County
Kristic.
Administrator's coming up next. So if she was here, we'd probably give her a shot of that also.
I
Anyway,
don't think she would
no,
want
I
the
don't
You don't
worm
think she
either.
would try it?
No, we're
No.
WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. Here comes the news, and then Taryn Christ is going to be here. We'll be back.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Hope you're having a great day.
Come here, we need to talk. I've got to tell you something.
All right, tell me what it is.
How'd we become so dull and pathetic?
We are not dull and pathetic, okay?
Today is a very special day.
That's right. It's a very, very special day. We'll tell you why in just a moment. It's 8:07. Mr. Clock, please.
It's now 8:07 a.m.
8:07 a.m. And of course, I mentioned before, it is a very special day, and that's because we have a very special lady on the phone, Bonnie.
Yeah, like we always welcome her on a Wednesday morning,
That's
like
right.
we do. And we welcome Taryn Krista to the show this morning. Hi,
Good
Taryn.
morning. How are
Good
y'all
morning.
doing?
Very, very, better than we deserve sometimes.
Exceptional.
Yes.
And we drank
Oh, I
dirt.
hear you.
And we drank dirt soda this morning, Tara.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, we did Phil's taste test, and we had dirt soda.
See what you
Where
miss
did
out.
you get dirt soda from?
Amazon. Like you get everything else,
Oh.
you know. So
Yeah, well, I'm not going to rush onto my Prime account and buy some. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that.
That was-
There's many days that we all believe we're drinking dirt soda.
yeah, we have those days, don't we? Yes.
Yes, we do have those days.
So what's been going on in Martin County as of late?
Well, we didn't have a regular board meeting yesterday, but we did have a joint meeting with the school district and City of Stuart and the Village of Indiantown. And we do it every quarter, and it's a good time to talk about, particularly with the school system, what's going on and if our schools are overcrowded, or this is one of the few times or first times actually that they've opened it up to choice. There's a few schools that have reached a certain percentage of capacity. They're under capacity to a certain percent.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have opened up enrollment so folks from other counties can petition, if you will, or fill out whatever documents they need to have their students go to their schools. Of course, you have to provide transportation, but it was a good time to talk about, there's this perception that everybody from other counties are going to be clamoring to get into Martin County school system. And that's true to some extent, but it's not. We can rest assured that Martin County students will be able to go to Martin County schools. They never, the way they do it is nobody from the outside bumps somebody that actually lives in the county. So that was a good conversation to have. And we looked at development. We get a lot of complaints about traffic and development and what's going on, but quite frankly, some of our roads are at capacity or over capacity, and there's no room to expand. So, it's just going to force those that are coming into us to find alternative methods of transportation or routes to come into the county. But, it is what it is. It's still the season, so traffic is a little bit more intense than what you normally might experience. And I think more and more people are staying here. So it's just a dynamic that we're faced with.
I think
That's that's really what we've been dealing with is just those continual issues.
Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of cool that Martin County has opened up the school system to out of county residents, you said, right?
Yeah, well, it's the state passed legislation a few years ago that requires that.
Right.
And essentially they come from the standpoint, if you live in the state of Florida, what difference does it make where? You should be able to have your child go to whatever school you decide you want them to go to, if there's room.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it just like if you lived in Martin County, you could send your child to a St. Lucie County school as well?
Yes. if St. Lucie has the schools that are under capacity, when I say that, they set a certain percentage. So they try to save a certain number of seats for new students, people who might be moving here, but then they want to allow a certain number of seats for those folks that want to come from outside counties, permanently bring their kids to that school. So, yeah, I mean, I have not looked into St. Lucie County to see what schools they have targeted. It's not every school, but it's those schools that have that capacity.
And it's not going to be like the norm where every single parent is going to send their child to another school in another county. So I think you kind of mentioned that none to worry. It's not going to bump out any of the kids, or it's not like the schools are getting flooded with students.
No, and I would have to think, Bonnie, that it would be those folks that, work in another county, that it would be more convenient for their child and for them to be able to take their child to a school that's close to where they work. Those kind of circumstances. If they're a teacher, they get, I think, a higher level of preference. If they happen to teach at a certain school, they can have their child, they can petition to have their child go to that school. And so, I think it's just, it's an accommodation that I think is fantastic that we're able to offer that throughout the state.
Yeah, I think it's kind of good that it can be that way. Like you mentioned, when a person might work in that county too, that works out conveniently for them in their day, especially if they have maybe 2 or 3 kids in the public schools. That's got to be a big help. Yeah.
Kind of keeping all your eggs in one basket. So, the kids, like you mentioned, Bonnie, working in different
and you're not
counties.
bussing them in or anything to that nature, from other counties, correct?
I like the idea.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You have to provide your own transportation. You're not going to rely on the school system to do that for you.
That, and plus it's also probably an insurance thing if a bus has to go out of county to bring students in from another county, and there's probably a lot of different logistics that are involved in that too, right, Taryn?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's talk a little numbers if we could. We haven't done that in quite a few weeks. You're really not hearing much news about I don't even want to say the word anymore. I'll just say the C word. The C word. We really don't hear about the C word anymore.
What was that word we used to say?
What was that word?
What was that,
sir?
I don't remember. I erased it all from my mind.
We're not hearing hardly anything. It's not even
it's a non-issue
anymore.
now.
What we have been hearing is those hospitalizations being really down, and statewide too, which is a really good thing.
So I got the numbers just on Monday, and we had for last week, 15 cases, which when you think of a population of 160,000 plus, influx of seasonal people, that's normal. And so I was just thinking, are we going to continue to push this information out? How long is the health department going to have to provide that information? I mean, when do you get to the point where it becomes a normal season, if you will, of a illness or virus?
Well, do you get the numbers for like flu or on top of that too, or?
No, I get the COVID number. No, I have not.
Oh, she said the C word. She said it.
I didn't know if you got both of them or not.
It's just the numbers that come through with the positivity for that one strain.
Gotcha.
But again, I think that we're kind of. You bring up a good point, Evan. We're kind of at the point where it's 2 years in.
Yeah.
And I think everybody has fatigue about it at this point.
I sit and I think back to 2 years because I started here it was in January, right, Bonnie?
It was. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, about a month or so after, we started to hear about it, and then it just.
And it was every single day in the news.
It was just awful, and then it just got so bad.
And it seems like the Biden administration can't get away from it now.
Yeah.
Even though it should be on the way out.
Yeah.
Well, I think I don't know. I have difference of opinion, and everybody has their opinion.
Right.
But, I think that it's time to move on. In my opinion, I mean, it's folks that are going to get vaccinated have done that. I don't see, anybody necessarily at this stage in their life changing their minds and thinking that that's going to make a big difference. And the schools are starting to, in various areas around the state, are looking at different, relaxing their mandates, if you will. And I think, at some point you got to get back into that mode of normalcy.
I was at a school yesterday announcing, as you know, baseball's on strike, so I don't have any spring training to announce.
Right.
So I did a high school game yesterday up in St. Lucie County. And when I arrived, the school was just letting out for the day. And I was looking all over, and I couldn't find one kid in a mask.
That's cool.
Anywhere.
And why should they be in masks when they're outside, really getting exercise,
Well, not just
being
that,
healthy?
their age is less receptible to it than an adult is.
Exactly.
And they're outside, which is almost virtually impossible to catch it outside.
And a lot of places that I go, and I'm sure you go, Bonnie, and Phil as well, I'm sure that you're seeing less and less people wearing a mask.
I don't think I saw a single. No, maybe I did. I saw maybe a few masks at the fair, but the majority, no.
And I'm sure, Taryn,
People
you
aren't
see
wearing
that as well, and everybody is hardly wearing them anymore.
Yeah, we still have some employees, and I think those that are overly concerned or immune compromised, they're taking those precautions, and that's fine.
You got to respect that.
Yeah. 100%.
So, it is, at the end of the day, I think, again, it's a personal decision. And, I found where the handshaking is still kind of, iffy, if you will.
More
some
fist bumping.
folks are
More
quick
fist
to put
and
their
elbow
hand
bumping.
out,
That's right.
others aren't,
That's right, Evan.
but
Yeah, Evan still won't shake my hand. So.
What can I say?
That's because you're drinking that dirt stuff.
Thank you, Taryn, for throwing Phil under the bus.
Yeah.
Yes, I love you, Taryn.
And jalapeno spam a couple of weeks ago. Remember that?
Yeah, and the jelly beans. There was something with jelly beans that was disgusting.
See, Taryn remembers all
Yeah.
this stuff.
And you know what you should get from Amazon, Phil, is a fake hand. So you can give them the old fake handshake.
Yeah, I like that idea.
She's going to have the county commission rule on what we can eat in the studio in the future.
There you go.
Always a pleasure to have County Administrator Taryn Krizda on the program. We talk serious stuff. We joke around a little bit. But you know what? Classy lady, very, very nice lady to have on the program. And we so love you so much for being with us each and every week. We really do, Taryn. Thank you so much.
Y'all have a great day.
You too. Have
Thanks,
a great
Taryn.
day. Bye-bye now. It's time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold is opening up at $1,923.20 an ounce, and silver opening up at $25 an ounce. That is your Precious Metals Report, and it's always brought to you by our good friends at St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. 8:21 is the time on the Get Up and Go show. It's time for news. Let's go right to the news desk where Bonnie has the morning headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Addressing a concerned nation and anxious world, President Joe Biden has vowed in his first State of the Union address to continue to put pressure on Russia. Biden said he is banning Russian aircraft from American airspace in retaliation for the invasion of Ukraine. He hinted that the U.S. would take more actions to stop Russian President Vladimir Putin's aggression. He has no idea what's coming, Biden said. Biden, however, reiterated that the U.S. would not engage in conflict with Russian forces in Ukraine. He asked the lawmakers crowding the House chamber to stand and salute the Ukrainians, and they stood and cheered. One person was killed and 4 others injured following a dispute in Fort Pierce Tuesday evening, according to St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Ken Mascara said officers responded to the scene near US 1 and Indrio Road. 4 patients were transported to a local hospital, 2 with gunshot wounds, the sheriff said. 1 person died as a result of their injuries. Mascara said the incident appears to be isolated and the public is not in danger. Detectives and crime scene investigators are at the scene investigating further. No more information was immediately available. The South Florida woman nominated to the Supreme Court is one of our nation's top legal minds. That's what President Biden said last night while talking about Ketanji Brown Jackson in his Statement of the Union address. A law designed to improve tenant safety following the death of an Orlando college student is another step closer to becoming law today.
The full Senate taking up Mia's law today, named in honor of 19-year-old Mia Marcano, found dead last September in the woods near her apartment complex. Foundation spokeswoman Jody Lewis says her parents are thrilled they can put their pain into purpose.
They're happy through their grief that this is some form of joy.
Mia's law requires landlords to do extensive criminal and sex offender background checks on employees and ensures residents are given 24 hours notice before a master key is used to enter a unit. Orlando sheriff's deputies believe Mia, who grew up in Pembroke Pines, was killed by a maintenance worker who used a master key to get into her unit. He committed suicide days later. Wendy Grossman, Miami.
The first 2 of what ended up being 8 urban search and rescue teams that responded to the deadly Surfside condo collapse are getting some extra recognition.
USAR Task Forces 1 and 2 battled the rain. They battled the heat. Their boots and gloves were destroyed. They had to keep respirators on.
Indian River State College will offer tuition-free associate degrees to public and charter high school graduates across the Treasure Coast, beginning with the class of 2022. The college is to officially announce the IRSC Promise Program on Thursday. Sponsored by the IRSC Foundation, the program will be open to students in the 4 counties served by IRSC: Indian River, Martin, Okeechobee, and St. Lucie. To be eligible, students must graduate high school with at least a 2.0 GPA. College athletes are excluded from the program, according to IRSC spokesperson Suzanne Seldez. IRSC's program is unique in Florida because it has no income restrictions, Seldez added. Well, lastly, a large cargo vessel carrying thousands of cars from Germany to the United States has sunk in the mid-Atlantic nearly 2 weeks after a fire broke out on board. The ship was reportedly transporting electric and non-electric vehicles, including Porsches and Bentleys. Investigators suspect lithium batteries may have caused the fire. However, an official cause has not been stated. So NHL player agent Dan Milstein, who represents a majority of the Russian-born players in the league, told ESPN his clients are experiencing disturbing levels of harassment and believes draft-eligible players are already being discriminated against because of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The discrimination and racism these Russian and Belarusian players are facing right now is remarkable, Milstein told ESPN in an interview on Tuesday. We're being set back 30 years. saying, quote, I have players calling me, parents calling me. They're concerned whether they'll be able to play, whether they'll be safe. Our news time is coming up on 8:27, and we'll have weather and traffic together next.
8:27 is your time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for another look at traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
And as we bring up the latest highway report, it's looking good. You know, it's just been a perfect ride here all morning throughout Martin and St. Lucie counties, and it is remaining that way. Now, when you see something, say something, tell us. We're at 220-9788 at 220-WSTU. And plenty of sunshine here. We're just enjoying it. 66 in Palm City, also 66 right here in Stuart. Here's more on the forecast at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for a chilly start to your Wednesday morning. Temperatures as you're stepping out the door in the 50s and low 60s. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s, some isolated showers possible, but otherwise mainly dry. Tomorrow and Friday, highs in the low 80s with partly sunny skies. For the weekend, warm and breezy with highs in the low 80s. Early next week, we'll introduce the chance for a few spotty showers, otherwise warm with highs reaching the low to mid 80s.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
It is now 8:32 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie, and it's time for the post Mardi Gras space report. Randy, did you collect enough beads yesterday from Fat Tuesday?
Yes, I did.
Good. Very good. I'm glad.
Lots and lots of beads.
Very good. It's time for the space report. Captain Randy Siegel is standing by. Good morning, Captain.
Good morning, Admiral. Well, it was back in 1966, a couple of days ago, that NASA suffered a major accident. Flying a T-38 airplane, jet, going to look at their space capsule at St. Louis, Missouri. NASA astronauts Elliot C. and Charles Bassett maneuvered in poor weather conditions and hit the building that housed their Gemini spacecraft, killing both of them. They were assigned to a Gemini mission, and they were going to see how well their vehicle was being produced. But the jet crashed, and they were lost. Kind of a sad day for NASA. Also, in 2007, the New Horizons spacecraft passed Jupiter. Then, in 1982, the Russian Venera 13 spacecraft returned the first color photos from the surface of Venus. The astronauts on board the International Space Station continue to do their work, focusing mainly on biological research. Tom Marshburn looked at skin tissue samples to understand why microgravity accelerates skin aging in astronauts. The Life Science Glove Box experiment was working, and he closed out the operations that seek to understand skin deterioration in space and to improve skin conditions on Earth. Mark Vanderhee collected his saliva samples, then stowed them for future analysis. Doctors on the ground observed the biological samples to gain insights into how the human body adapts to long-term weightlessness. Vanderhee then activated the space biofilm experiment to learn how to control mold growth on the station and to maintain spacecraft safety and crew health. 2 spacewalks were scheduled for NASA, March 15th and 23rd. They're getting ready to roll out the second set of solar arrays on the International Space Station. Mark Vanderhee and Raja Sharee scrubbed the cooling loops in a pair of U.S. spacesuits throughout the day. The 2 astronauts will exit the station and set up power channels for the first spacewalk, then replace components and perform more upgrades on the second. Kayla Barron spent most of her day on orbital plumbing duties. She worked in the Harmony module, observing and draining cycles of 2 different collapsible contingency urine designs. They're having a new type of bag that would collect the urine samples and then eject them into space. In the Russian segment, Anton Sheplerev worked inside the Soyuz MS-19 spacecraft, readying the vehicle for its undocking on March 30th. Flight engineer Pyotr Durov inspected the Zvezda service module, then began his cell studies. The crew for the next mission to the International Space Station have donned their spacesuits and gone inside their actual capsule for the first time. They're scheduled for liftoff on March the 12th. They're scheduled March the 12th to inspect the spacecraft completely. The launch is scheduled to take place on March the 18th, where they will fly the ship named the SP Korolev in honor of the chief designer of Russia's rocket and space industry. The astronauts are now familiar with the vehicle having entered it for the first time and became familiar with the space they will occupy as they launch. One of the biggest problems that you have with the Russian sanctions are that they're not supposed to launch satellites. The European Space Agency is studying the possibility of using European rockets to place satellites into orbit that were originally planned for the Russian Soyuz spacecraft. As you know, the sanctions that have been placed on Russia prevent transfer of science information. And as a result, it has shut down a lot of the workings between the two countries. The sanctions imposed by the European side have also caused real losses to Rusakosmos. The state corporation said that they will evaluate them and put them up for payment to the partners. Part of that is caused by the damage to the scientific program of the Spectre RG Space Observatory. They turned off one of its two telescopes. The sanctions that have been imposed incurred a real loss to the Russians, which are certainly wanting to assess and have the European side pay them back. The Ingenuity helicopter on Mars has completed its 20th flight. It has traveled a distance of 2.63 miles on the red planet. They continue to fly this while the Perseverance rover continues to tag along on the surface of the red planet. We have gotten back a tremendous amount of information, but we run into problems now with the Russians and how they are helping with it. Yesterday, NASA launched a new weather satellite, getting ready for the hurricane season. An Atlas rocket was launched at 4:38 p.m. in order to place this new satellite into orbit and have it ready for operation from geostationary orbit 22,300 miles above the Earth right before the hurricane season. We should get tremendous data from that vehicle. We now know the cost of the first few Artemis missions that will carry astronauts back to the moon and the new spacecraft, Orion, around the moon. It appears that the estimate is $4.1 billion per launch for the first 4 missions. That's a heavy toll. Congress is not very happy with those costs, and a Government Accountability Office highlights the fact that NASA has got to show more bang for the buck because they're quite concerned about the cost and whether it can remain on schedule. It appears that Artemis 1 is now scheduled for 2022, Artemis 2, which is a test with the crew, on 24, and ultimately the planned landing on 2025. So big changes taking place. Tomorrow we're going to tell you about the renaming of a couple of recovery ships and Rocket Lab having a second launch pad. So until tomorrow, have a great day, everybody.
That's Captain Randy Siegel on the program with the Space Report. He's here each and every morning at about 8:30 or so, giving us all the latest and greatest. Time to head on over to Ellie's Downtown Deli. And Bonnie, all I got to say is wow. I went yesterday and had lunch there.
Yeah, so tell us what you had.
I sat on the patio.
Oh, wow.
The breeze was blowing.
Glass of wine.
No alcohol for me. You know I don't drink. I had the Reuben, but I don't like rye bread. So I had to make it on a hoagie.
Yeah.
And the Reuben had corned beef. It was hot corned beef with Thousand Island dressing and sauerkraut on a toasted hoagie roll with their homemade potato salad.
Didn't you have like 2 servings of the potato salad?
The potato salad was so good, I asked the girl for a second helping.
To bring home, or you ate it
No,
right
I ate
there
it right there on the spot.
Wow.
with a beverage.
With the beverage.
With a beverage.
Okay.
And it was so good.
You know, it would be fun to take a couple of sides home from Ellie's too. Always fresh, and just put it in your fridge for, to eat with your sandwiches.
Did you get the cookie as big as your head?
I had no room. I was going to actually do the key lime pie, but I was
they got great key lime pie.
I was full.
I had the key lime pie last week when I got my monster sandwich.
Oh, wow. I bet you could just taste the key lime, just like fresh
eyes
tasting.
roll back in your head. Goodness.
Bursting,
man.
like
Yeah.
starburst in your mouth.
Absolutely.
And they have Oreo pie too at Ellie's Deli. They make a delicious chicken Greek wrap. Their fresh jumbo wraps, they are some of the best. And they serve up Mrs. Peters fish dip, served with the jalapeno, tomato, red onion, and some Captain wafers. They'll cater your next event. Yes, Ellie's Downtown Deli has a full menu available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. They have a full-service deli with dining inside and out. Have them cater your next event. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. Located 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stewart. Call 772-781-6605 for Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stewart.
And if you're looking for a good job and a great place to work as well, with a great fun staff to work with, Ellie's Downtown Deli is hiring. So make sure to give Chef Mark a phone call, 772-781-6605. It is 8:43 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. Final look at news this morning over at the news desk. It's all brought to you by our good friends at St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Here's Bonnie with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning to you once again. And in Tallahassee, the Florida Senate is poised to consider a controversial measure that would prohibit school instruction on sexual orientation and gender identity in early grade levels, as one Republican called on lawmakers to soften the bill when it is heard on the Senate floor. The Senate Appropriations Committee approved the bill, HB 1557, in a 12-8 vote along almost straight party lines. Senator Jeff Brandes of St. Petersburg voted with Democrats against the measure. The House passed the bill last week in a 69-47 vote, with 6 Republicans joining Democrats in opposition. The bill says classroom instruction on sexual orientation and gender identity may not occur in kindergarten through 3rd grade. For higher grade levels, the proposal calls for such instruction to be age appropriate and developmentally appropriate, as determined by state academic standards. The measure has drawn heavy opposition from groups that have repeatedly argue it singles out LGBTQ people. There is a small church in Fort Pierce trying to do its part to help those in crisis thousands of miles away. And WPTV's John Shaman has the story.
Doing this keeps.
At St. Cyril and Methodius Byzantine Catholic Church,
You have to make.
and volunteers run the Slavic Kitchen.
This is potato with cheddar cheese. It is the most popular.
Twice a week, they pinch and prod while discussing the news of the day.
The world events right now are pitiful. My parents came from Ukraine. We had Christmas on January the 7th. I think about the tradition and the food and the people.
Beyond trays of pierogi, people come from miles away for stuffed cabbage, kielbasa, and pastries. The kitchen has long been the church's main fundraiser. Now, a lot of the money that's coming in will be sent overseas to help those in need in Ukraine.
We're a well-oiled machine.
Eileen Frank was in Ukraine a few years ago.
It was beautiful. The people are just kind and wonderful.
We used to have a Ukraine priest here with his family.
It's a small congregation here, so all hands are on deck. More hands would be welcome.
So we're able to do and help people that need our help.
The Slavic Kitchen is open Tuesdays and Saturdays from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. The church is also accepting cash donations.
It's a drop in the bucket, but it's something.
In Fort Pierce, John Shainman,
Whatever we can do.
WPTV News Channel 5.
A convicted cop killer is now accused of injuring officers at the Orange County Jail. Corrections officials said yesterday that Markeith Lloyd was part of a violent incident last week. A dog and his owner were reunited after a horrific car crash in Martin County. Brian Frazier was headed north on Interstate 95 near Martin Highway when his car blew a tire and flipped early Sunday morning. The Brevard County man was unconscious as he was airlifted to the hospital. When he woke up, he inquired about the whereabouts of his dog, Esco. Troopers said the dog had crawled out of the wreckage and was spotted running all over the interstate. And when Frazier was released from the hospital, he spent the past 2 days searching for his pet, along with dozens of other people who had seen a post on the Martin County Sheriff's Facebook page. Esco was spotted on a security camera off State Road 714 about midday Tuesday, and the dog and his owner were reunited. A successful blast-off at the Cape. A United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket lifted off yesterday afternoon, carrying an advanced weather satellite into orbit.
3, 2, 1. And liftoff. Liftoff of NOAA's GOES-T, our newest weather sentinel in the sky to help keep us safe here on the ground.
SpaceX is planning to launch a Falcon 9 rocket carrying more Starlink satellites tomorrow morning at 9:35 Eastern Time. Lastly, there's a sign of life returning to normal in Volusia County. Daytona Bike Week starts on Friday, and already hotel rooms are booked at levels last seen before the pandemic. Cain Velasquez, the former UFC heavyweight champion, was arrested Monday on suspicion of attempted murder and booked into Santa Clara, California County Jail. The San Jose Police Department announced this yesterday morning. Velasquez is being held without bail per online records. He has a court date set for Wednesday, today. The San Jose Police Department announced Monday evening that there was a shooting in the city near the intersection of Monterey Highway and Bailey Avenue. Police said one adult male was shot at least once and transported to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. On Tuesday, police identified Velasquez as the shooter. News time is at 8:48. We'll have weather and traffic together for you next.
$8:49, the time right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie, what's going on?
Well, Evan, the traffic is looking fine. It's been a really good Wednesday morning right here to be out on the roadways in beautiful Stuart and in Port St. Lucie, and it just remains that way, so that's always a good thing. Whenever you see traffic, give us a call at 220-9788, 220-WSTU. And good-looking sunshine, too, this morning, where it's 66 right here in downtown Stuart, and it's a cloudy 32 degrees up in Elmira, New York. Here's more on our weather from WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for a chilly start to Day morning. Temperatures as you're stepping out the door in the 50s and low 60s. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s, some isolated showers possible, but otherwise mainly dry. Tomorrow and Friday, highs in the low 80s with partly sunny skies. For the weekend, warm and breezy with highs in the low 80s. Next week will introduce the chance for a few spotty showers, otherwise warm with highs reaching the low to mid 80s.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that time of the morning as we wait with bated dirt breath.
Dirt breath.
From
yes.
Dirt Soda, it's time for Phil's Top 10.
Thank you, Evan. And from the home office of Yeehaw Junction, Florida, and perfect because the new Batman movie is coming out this coming weekend. Top 10 rejected Batman villains.
Oh, this is the perfect music for it, too.
Yes. Top 10 rejected Batman villains. Here we go. Number 10, the Ticketmaster. Number 9, AM radio talk show host man.
Thanks.
With his exploding ball caps.
And his AARP magazine.
Number 8, the Pillsbury Psycho. Number 7, the priest and his rabbi.
I wonder if the priest and the rabbi are listening to this.
Number 6, Lil Debbie and her snack cakes of death.
Okay.
Number 5, the stunned flounder.
You got to wash that all down with dirt soda now.
Dirt soda.
You know?
Number 4, lactose intolerant man.
Interesting.
Number 3, the AARP subscriber, only $16.99 a year. See website for details.
By the way, it was only $9.
Oh, you got it on sale.
Yeah,
Lucky
go ahead.
you.
Hurry up.
Number 2, the Joker, the Smoker, and the Midnight Toker. And number 1, the Fry-O-Later. And there's your top 10 list.
What was number 1 again?
The Fry-O-Later.
The Fry-O-Later.
Not the constipator.
Yeah, not
He might be a bad villain too.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
The constipator. I got to bring Bonnie on.
Always getting stuffy. Wow. I think Bonnie needs to start writing these top 10s. Wow.
I just like to add to it a little
Man,
bit.
good stuff.
Oh,
Good stuff.
Are you going to be seeing the new Batman movie? Are you excited at all?
I want to see it, but I'm probably going to wait till it comes out on video and just grab them all when, as they come out.
Why don't you go to the movie theater and see it?
I'm kind of past that
You're
now.
on the fence of
Well, not because
want
of
to.
all the stuff that's been going on. It's like I got a big 70-inch television at home.
You have the movies at home.
And it's like in 4K. And I'd rather sit there in my pajamas with my feet up, watching and with my dog by my side and watch a movie as opposed to sitting there. I'm starting to become my father in that respect because my father used to hate going to the movie theaters.
Yeah.
He just did.
Oh,
and so
yeah.
I'm starting to become that way.
I just got to do it once in a while, and I really hope and pray that the movie theaters never go away because
I agree, though. Yeah,
it's a good release sometime, and it's like really a good getaway.
And for a while, we were going every Sunday. Me and my daughter, we would go see a movie.
Nice.
So yeah, it was a lot. It's a lot of fun. It's just now I'm starting to go.
Bonnie, I have a question for you pertaining to the movies.
Yeah.
Are you the type of person that likes to sit? I'm going to give you 3 choices. Are you the type of person that likes to sit in the middle of the movie theater, right smack dab in the middle row, middle seat, so you're right in the middle of the sound, the visual, the whole 9 yards?
Yeah.
Or are you a back row seater?
I am like.
Or are you a corner seater?
I go upstairs, way up high, like between the biggest height and somewhere in the middle, and it's either on the left or the right hand side.
So you like to be in the corner?
Not
sort of.
Not the immediate corner, but
Okay.
kind of in there, kind of like in between.
Away from everybody?
Up pretty high.
So you can kick your feet up?
Yeah, I don't like to be around too many people. Sometimes you don't. You don't get that choice.
Right.
But I usually pick higher seating, not way on the top row, but maybe a few rows down from that, and corner right or corner left.
I'm right smack dab in the middle.
Oh,
I got to be in the middle because now they got stadium seating. It isn't like it used to in assigned seating. So I like to be right smack dab in the middle and have that surround sound. I just love it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like when the plane goes by, it sounds like it starts at the front.
Yes.
And goes
That's it.
all the way to the other side.
Yeah, nothing like the
Wow,
sound
man.
of stereo.
Fun show today, guys.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun with you.
Had a
guys.
really good time.
It was awesome,
Had
as
a real
always.
good time. Phil, thanks for being here.
Hey, no
Appreciate
problem.
it.
I'll see you on next week.
That's
What
right.
are you going to be drinking next week?
We have grass soda or pickle soda.
Oh, okay, we'll figure that
And
one
Evan
out.
will be drinking some with you.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Do it again.
Why not? Hey, remember, if you have good values on the inside, you won't look for validation on the outside.
Yeah, just have a wonderful day. Remember, the St. Lucie County Fair continues, so head on out tonight.
That's right. Have a great time at the fair. Make it a fair night. Phil, thanks for being here.
And then
Appreciate
again,
it.
I could be wrong.
Because
They call me Phil.
They call him Phil. That's a wrap for us, folks. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next.
That's all, folks.